Okay guys, welcome to another Mamemeister and Chums Talk Pish. It's been a wee while since I've done one of them, and it would not be a Mamemeister and Chums Talk Pish video if I didn't spend about half an hour fanning about with technology, trying to get things to work. But we're here at last, woohoo. So I'm delighted to have my good mate Mr. Scott Bailey. Is that your second name, Scott?
Yes, it is.
Fuck, I'm terrible. I thought, shit, I don't know his second name and I've already committed. Listen, Scott, thanks very much for joining me. Thanks for your patience. I have to say that to everybody because my technical ability is just absolutely pants. So thanks for coming along tonight.
That's okay.
Just very quickly, Scott, just want to tell us a wee bit about yourself. Nothing too personal, obviously. Where you stay and that kind of stuff.
Where am I staying?
Yeah,
just
well,
I live in a little village in a real deep valleys of South Oxfordshire. I don't know if there actually are valleys, but there you go.
South. Where did you say that was?
South Oxfordshire.
Where on earth's that?
You don't know where Oxford is?
Oh, I know Oxford.
Yeah,
I've been down there. I drove down Oxford many years ago.
Yeah, I live in the county of that place.
Did you say Oxfordshire?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, it's just your accent, mate. Sorry. I'm thinking, what the hell did you say there?
Oxfordshire, I don't know. Fucking.
Right. So it's pretty far down then. So are you born and bred from down there?
Yeah, pretty much. Most of my family come from either Plymouth, around that area, or my dad's from Newport. So I've got an eclectic sort of amount of DNA, I guess.
Yeah, and you still live down there, so it's a nice part of the world. I've got a few friends live in Oxford. I once drove down to Oxford. It took me about 10 hours to get there. Really nice part of the world, and you guys get better weather than most people. I mean, you're almost on the coast, aren't you? How far are you from London? About an hour,
about 2 hours away. Yeah, an hour, 2 hours.
Aye. Brilliant. So anyway, right, the first question I usually ask anybody that I like to talk to is, what was your very first experience of that there video games, whether it was in an arcade or adverts?
My very first experience, I think I was about 4 years old, and my dad borrowed a CPC 464 from a friend of his, and the first gaming memory was playing that, and the game I always brings my memory is Bomb Jack.
All right, yep.
And yeah, that's probably my first gaming memory, but I didn't really get it at that time. I was way too young. But I think the first time when my brain was like, ooh, video games, is when I owned a Atari 2600 and a Sega Master System. Because I was always the younger kid, I had the hand-me-downs. So, I had the Master System for, I think it was a birthday. And then the Atari, an auntie gave me with a big black bag full of games. And that's how I started, really. So your first computer you saw was your dad's mate's computer, Amstrad, and then you got an Atari 2600 later on. Yeah.
Bloody hell, that's like seeing an iPhone 7 and then getting handed a Nokia 2310.
Yeah, but back then I was too young to really grasp what the power was back then. Because by the time I had the 2600, they were flogging them off in the family catalogues you would get, like Great Universal or whatever, for like 20 quid, and the games are like £1 a pop,
funny you should say that, Scott, because I mean, obviously we're I'm not a collector. I'm a gamer. I like to collect games to play. I don't collect games to collect. I mean, if I can get being a Scotsman, obviously, if I can get a game for a £5 unboxed or 10 quid boxed, I'll always go for the unboxed one. I really don't care. But yeah, it's quite interesting because people will say to you, oh, you had such and such a thing, why did you get rid of it? I says, what you need to understand, I says, back in, in my case, 1984, whatever, I says, I had my Commodore 64, I says, and, maybe 3-4 years later, I wanted to get an Atari ST. It wasn't a case of, I'll just hang on to the Commodore and I'll buy that.
Off the old shit to get new shit.
How the hell? Yeah. Absolutely. So, and, I mean, I remember getting rid of my Commodore 64 with discs and bloody tons and tons of discs and original games and what have you, full collection of Zap. And I think I got 100 quid for it. You know what I mean? It's like, fucking hell, but it's, if you were to fast forward 40 years later, you'd go, it's like I've got a Vectrex and the games I've got for it, they've got all the Woolworths stickers on them. It was like £2.99. Like that game goes for 50 quid on eBay now, you know.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Like at one point in my life, I had a 32X with, apart from about 1 or 2 games, the complete game set. There was only about 30 games to begin with, and I've traded that all in to get, what was it? I think it was like either Tomb Raider or Blast Chamber on the Sega Saturn, because no one wanted it, so I got pennies on the fucking pound for that stuff.
You sold systems to get a single game, eh?
Yeah, it's like, now I look back and, you know, back when I was collecting, which I don't anymore, I was like, oh, fuck, you know, I had all those games, because getting those back now would be, you know, exactly, incredibly expensive. But, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter now.
No, absolutely. So that was your first experience, so you're about 4. Have you sort of remained a gamer from... Wait, so what age were you when you got your 2600?
I must have been about 6, 7. So this is like, you know, I was born in 84, so it's like right at the turn of the 90s, you know. Yeah. So the Atari was pretty much dead then. It was just being, you know, fire sold by other companies to get rid of it, or... So, you know, that's where I acquired my stuff.
Have you always remained a gamer, or did you have a period of your life where you kind of you moved away from games and then it was later on you kind of rediscovered them?
Oh no, I've always been a gamer. It's something that I would rather do over, say, watching TV or reading a book or anything like that. I'd rather play a game than you know, just sit there passively enjoying something. I'd rather be involved in it.
I'm absolutely the same. I mean, my wife, you know, like a lot of people, she'll quite enjoy. She's got quite a stressful job, so she likes nothing better than just kicking back and watching shit on TV. Whereas if she's working, the TV doesn't go on. I mean, I've literally seen my whole weekend, and my daughter's upstairs on her computer, and I'm downstairs doing whatever. I just don't put the TV on. I'm not interested.
Well, like this morning, I went downstairs, watched like the Olympics for 30 minutes, like, oh god, I'm bored. And then all of a sudden the postie arrives and I got a copy of Nightmare Creatures on the PlayStation. I was like, yes, I'm playing that instead. off to the Red Room to play that. Fucking awesome.
Brilliant. So what is your all-time favourite system? You know, if you could only ever get to have one system, what would you say is your favourite system?
6 months ago, if you asked me that, it would have been Sega Saturn. But considering I've had so much trouble trying to record footage from that console, I'll have to go with my second love, and that would be the PlayStation, the original.
Really? Yeah. What? Sorry, do you asking what you're saying? You had trouble recording it. What do you use one of these screen grabber things?
Yeah, I've got an Elgato capture card, which does the job, but it's that dead zone between 240p and 480i, and sometimes it works fine, other times it just doesn't want to record shit. And yeah, I could try emulation, but the Sega Saturn, especially for that console alone, I don't like emulating that console. So I like playing the real thing on that one, and it's a bit whiffy. So that's why I've sort of gravitated recently back onto the PlayStation, because you can PS3. Yeah, I can play it in HD without fucking around and just throw the disc in, off I go. You know, it's easy.
Aye. No, I mean, I've got obviously recently, I suppose it's fairly recently in my life enough, but I got the Saturn maybe a couple of years ago, and I mean, I'm a massive sort of shoot 'em up, you know, vertical shoot 'em up person. It's just absolutely the dog's bollocks, you know.
Yeah, I love my Saturn. I still play the Saturn pretty much daily, but it's sad because I would love to cover more games on it on my channel. But yeah, I got rid of most of my PAL stuff recently, and you know, I'm not bothered by it because I've got the amount of PAL games I had, about 40. I have at least double that Japanese, so you know, whatever. And that's where most of the good games are. So
tell me, are you one of these people that you see a bargain, you buy the game?
Oh hell yeah!
And then you go, fucking hell, I've not played that. I've not even looked at that game.
I don't know if I've really said this much on my channel, but I have this little mantra in my head when I'm looking for games, if I'm out and about. It's always fun for a £5. What can I buy for a £5? So I look around, and like when I was at Play Expo this weekend, I saw Kingsfield, which the US version is like 90 quid, but the Japanese version, which still has English text, it was £8. I was like, banging, I'm buying that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bargain. Yeah, and that's what. Oh yeah, I don't really go for. Yeah, when I was collecting, I didn't go for the really expensive stuff. The only game I did fork out money for was Radiant Silvergun. And then, honestly, afterwards, I had that buyer's remorse. Like, why did I just spend, I think it was like £110 I spent on that.
Sorry, yeah.
I was like, yeah, this game's good and all, but is it £110 good? I don't think so.
You know, it's funny, you're so, I mean, you look at that game and go, £110. But, you know, when you, well, you're too young, but if you rewind the clock, I remember, you know, 1991, 1992, going along to, there was a sort of specialist computer shop in it, not a computer shop, it was a video game shop, and they sold the SNES, and you know, picking up Street Fighter 2, you know, Japanese, and it was like 90 quid,
90 quid,
and yeah, you knew that was a shit. I mean, that was fucking probably half a month's wages for me back then.
That's
so,
where I
you
got
know,
my love for import gaming, was from a game store local to me.
Yeah.
Or they sell mostly import Mega Drive stuff. And they had a copy of Musha, and I think I saved about 6 months worth of pocket money to buy that game. And then, then about years later, I sold it for like a tenner, and now that game is one of the most sought after ones on the system. Like, oh well. Didn't learn my fucking lesson.
No, but you know, yeah. So you know, when you rewind it, you think, right, okay. I mean, 90 quid was a lot of money, but even a standard game. I mean, I've got a feature where I can read the magazines. I just read it and, you know, record it. And you know, your average game, even for the Commodore Amiga, your average game was 25, 30 quid. You know, and if you're to compare that in real terms now, it's probably about 80 quid now.
Yeah.
So then you're picking up a game for £110, you know, so pound for pound, you're probably paying what it would have cost brand new.
Pretty
it's
much,
the most collectible game. I think, you know, the thing that really annoys me about the whole, well, I mean, that's for another day, the whole in-app purchases, and you've got to unlock this and get loot boxes for Overwatch for £5 and all that sort of shit. Fuck, my mind's just went completely blank there. What was I talking about? I can't remember. There's. Yeah, I mean, my daughter's 14 years old, and there's this, probably not even her generation, and probably even up to 20-year-olds type thing. They expect games for free. I mean, you go into your Android and you think, I'll download a game. You think, oh, fucking brilliant. And you just get bombarded with adverts, because virtually everything is free now. And you've got to, you can't even, I would quite happily give them £10 if I could unlock the thing. But not, they want you to constantly pay for coins or virtual currency. And so people look upon, if, you know, God forbid, an app is like $4.99. That's ridiculous. Fucking hell, man.
I have a friend of mine who's playing this like treasure hunt app. It's a lot like Pokemon Go, but basically all he does is go to random places and open these boxes out in the real world as an ARG. And he has to spend coins in order to gain money. So he was talking to me, and I was like, do you know how much you're fucking getting ripped off? Because he was spending £20 on these coins, and he was drawing out like 20p's worth of money out of these boxes he was finding. So it's like, you're not getting any money here. You're getting ripped off rotten.
Oh man!
But to me, when it comes to this types of games now, it's basically just shareware in its final form. You know, shareware back in the day was like, oh, if you like an hour of this game, you know, send a letter off or call up this number, pay 20 quid, and here's the rest of the game. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never really. There's only a handful of games that I would happily play that have microtransactions that are free. One of them's Warframe, and the other is Path of Exile. And Path of Exile probably do it the best, because they don't. You don't pay to win in that game at all. The only thing you do is buy extra slots for your chest, so you can throw more shit in there, and cosmetics, and that's it. You know, and that's probably the best example of microtransactions. I'm not that bothered by them, because if I don't want to buy it, I'm not going to buy it. You know? And there's some games that I just won't buy because they're just trying to nickel and dime you.
I mean, if you go into any of these, you know, bloody phone games, whatever it is, you can buy coins, and it'll have like, you know, $4.99 for 1,000 or $10.99 for whatever, and it's got a best value £75 for like 1 million. 75. I mean, there must be people who've literally spent thousands of pounds in games, you know.
Yeah, and my friend's one of those. He spends hundreds of quid on that, and I just, it just blows my mind.
You know, to kind of be the devil's advocate for a second, I mean, my daughter, she loves Overwatch. I don't know if you know it. It's a sort of first-person shooter type thing.
Overwatch is fun.
It does look a lot of fun,
yeah,
I have to say. But they have, well, I think they're called loot boxes.
Yes.
And it's £8. No, not £50, £8 for a loot box, and it's kind of random as to what you get. And we fell out on quite a regular basis. I mean, there's even things like we give her pocket money, and she understands now. She gets £10 a week. When her money's gone, it's gone.
That's it.
Don't ask for anything else. Don't ask for anything else. You know, and of course, you know, she's had this for a few months now, and she'd come down to me, "Oh, Dad, can I use your PayPal account because I want to get stuff for Overwatch?" And I was like, "What are you getting?" It's such and such. And I says, "Much is that?" £30. I says, "Pardon?"
Yeah.
£30. Did you say £30? Yeah. I says, "What are you getting for this, Eva?" "Oh, it's a special event, and then you play for a week, and then and of course we had a big fallout about it, and then and eventually, you know, my wife's the same, because my wife's not a gamer at all. She thinks it's all a waste of money, and you know, I had to take a kind of step back and think, wait a minute, when I was a kid, you know, and somebody gave me like £1, I would just want to go in a toy shop, and buy what, you know, I want this. The first thing my mum and dad would say to me is, "That's a waste of money." But a 40-year-old telling you is a waste of money is different from a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
So you've got to kind of think, well, things have moved on.
Well, Overwatch especially, and I can talk through experience, they purposely make those loot boxes. They're near enough when you open one, and that fanfare and the big
I have seen it. Yeah.
It's near enough orgasmic. You know, they want you to pay for the endorphins. They want you to pay to come, basically. I know. Talking about your daughter in that and say respect. No, I'm not like that.
But no, I don't mean. Yeah,
it's that sort of like, you're paying for that orgasm, and that orgasm may give you stuff that all you want, and it's so fucking egregious. And well, with Overwatch, they're the easy target, and they're probably the most. Well, you can take it or leave it, because you can get those loot boxes by leveling up. But that was my problem with Overwatch, is that yes, you level up, but you level up for nothing, just these loot boxes. And I come from a background of playing games. If I'm playing an RPG where I level up, I want to become more powerful, and that's where I got fed up with Overwatch, because you're just leveling for the sake of leveling to get, hopefully, something that you might get that's random, and it's just fucking ridiculous.
There's no real definite target kind of thing, you know, But yeah, like I says, it's, you know, you can't really. I mean, another way to think about it. I mean, I buy video games, I buy old systems, and I don't spend a lot of money. If I want something, I'll go and buy it, and then I might go for a month or not buy anything. I've got a mate. He pays, I don't know, £600 a year to join a golf club. You know, I've got another mate. He goes to the football every week, and he'll pay £80. So, you know, the point I'm trying to make is we all pay money to enjoy a hobby, and if my daughter enjoys this event, whatever the hell it is, I don't even know what the fuck it is, then, you know...
and it makes me laugh.
Who am I to argue, you know?
They pay all that money to do that pursuits in their own time, and we get called the fucking loser for doing what we do. Like, fuck off. Yeah, ridiculous.
But anyway, I think the old in-app purchasing nonsense is a topic for another day. Holy Grail system, is there a system that you've always wanted, or maybe you had and you've not got again, you'd love to get, but you think you can't afford it?
Back in my collecting days, I had a hit list of ones, and I've got pretty much all of them. I've got a CDI, which I know is weird for Holy Grail, because it's got fuck all replay value. I've got a Atari Jaguar, which I had anyway when I was a kid, and I always wanted one back. And a 3DO as well, and I love the 3DO. But the one that I've always wanted, but if I bought, I know I'd just be throwing my money onto a fire, would be a Neo Geo AES. Because I have an MVS1 slot, which I've got a Super Gun, so I can still play on a TV, but the actual console version of the Neo Geo is sexy to me. And it would be great to have one, but then you got to buy those fucking cartridges that are huge. And if you want a decent game, you're going to be paying, excess of 80, 90, £100 for. So,
and some, yeah.
And I would love to own one. Another one I could think of. I would love to get an Atari Lynx again, because I played a lot of that when I was growing up. What else? Oh, a PC Engine Duo, or a Turbo Duo, which is
I don't want you to talk about that one. I'll tell you later on. Okay. So I don't want to upset you, but I've got every system you've named so far. I'm just looking at them.
Well, I trimmed a lot of my consoles a couple weeks ago, and I've only got the ones I wanted to play, and I got rid of all my modern day stuff except my Switch. So I'm not really that. If I see it for a price that I can afford, I will probably go for one, but it's not my objective to go broke trying to buy these fucking consoles.
Yeah. The big problem as well is you buy these things. I mean, I'm quite fortunate. I mean, I'm a member of there's a computer club. It's great. It's fellow old people. We go along once a month. And the only downside to it is somebody will come along with a system. You go, that's fucking brilliant. Like the 3DO. I thought that was it. I thought I wanted one. Lucky enough, I managed to buy myself. I mean, I've got the 3DO. It's a great machine. Don't use it that often because I've got so many systems. I'm interested. See the Neo Geo. Have you got? Is it the sort of the remodeled one, the sort of plasticky shell thing? Is that the one you've got?
I did have. Well, I've got an MVS one slot, which is the actual arcade board, which I bought a Jammer
right. So I've got one of these. I've got the MVS thing, but it's been consoleized.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get mine consoleized for a while, but I tried. I thought, I better contact Gadget UK to see if he could do it for me, but I couldn't get into. I did have a Neo Geo CD as well, which was probably the most affordable way to play Neo Geo, but with a single speed CD drive, it's a bit slow.
Funny, well, I bought the Neo Geo CD, and then of course as soon as I had it, I thought, I wish I could get the cartridge based one because of the loading. To be honest, I don't think the one of my mates actually made a video, and he picked up a Neo Geo CD. And he was saying, it's meant to be shit the time it takes to load. But he said, and he did a timer. He had like half the screen was his PlayStation 3, half the screen was the Neo CD. The Neo CD loaded way quicker than any bloody current. People. The problem is people now want it instantly. They want it right away. So fucking 30 seconds for fuck's sake. You know what I mean?
Well, and it was also down to some games. Some of the games, the launch titles of the CD were very slow because they haven't really worked it out yet. But the later games in the Neo Geo CD library, most of the games were like on par with like the PlayStation or the Saturn when it comes to loading. Yeah,
I think is it the beat 'em ups. I think was it like King of Fighters. Was it? I can't remember. Last Samurai. Fucking hell, shut up. Anyway, some of the beat 'em ups. That's the one I think it is. It kind of loads every screen. I can imagine that would get a bit fed, a bit kind of tedious, but. Neo Geo Turf Masters. End of story. We go along to the computer club and we just sit and tank that. It's a fantastic game.
On the green.
On the green. Right, moving on. We're on to question 4 of about 63, I think it is. Right, I'll just read it straight. What is your most used platform for gaming nowadays, and how many hours generally a week can you put into gaming?
For someone who does a lot of game reviews, I've not been playing that many games recently. Mostly this week especially, I've been pissing around with my PS3 because I've now soft modded it. So I've been...
What does that mean then?
Well, it's jailbroken, so now I can run
right.
pirated games. And it's, I've been pissing around with that mostly.
Yeah.
So it was the reason why I wanted to jailbreak it was to play export PlayStation games, because I've now got quite a few American games. I've got quite a few Japanese games which don't work on the PS3 region free. They're still region. It doesn't make any sense because the PS3 games themselves region free. PS1 or PS2. Region locked. All right. So I've been just been pissing around with that, but I sort of fluctuate between if I'm playing, it's mostly PC really. I do have other, like an original Xbox set up, and that's soft modded with a bigger hard drive.
Yeah, I've got the same
and I've
thing.
Got a few other things ready to go, so mostly it's my PC is mostly used for gaming.
Yeah, how many hours generally do you play? So a night or a week? It kind of depends what you're up to.
Depending on what game I'm playing. Like, I've finally stopped playing Senna and Kagura, which is like a Dynasty Warrior style game, and I think I clocked in about, say, 30 hours in the last 2 weeks playing that game. So yeah, I've been playing for a good couple hours a day. So yeah, I'll probably clock in about 2-3 hours a day gaming, depending on shifting.
Yeah, do you get into a situation where a game where you're like you can't wait? You think, right, I'll need to draw, put a line under it and I'll play it tomorrow, and you're looking forward to playing it.
Yeah.
So I've not had that for a long time. The only game I've really played, and I've completed it twice, is The Last of Us. But I've just never. I don't know what it is about me. I think I'm actually turning into more like a historian rather than a gamer. I just like to talk about games. I mean, it's generally the older stuff I like to talk about. But I mean, I played. Is it Ream on the PlayStation 4? It was one of the free. Lactobacillus Prime. He completed it, and I thought it was quite good. And I started playing it for about half an hour, and within like 30 minutes, I kind of didn't know what I was doing. I just switched it off. I thought, I don't know what to do.
I played that game for about an hour and returned it on Steam. I was like, if I want to pay £10 to be bored, I would probably just watch TV.
You know, the funny thing was, I worked from home, and I was sitting working this morning, and there was like birds outside, and then I got this thing about, where was it? I was listening to bloody seagulls, like at the beach, and I was thinking, where was that? Was I taking the dog? And of course, it was that fucking game last night I was playing. It's quite atmospheric. I had the sort of stereo on, and you've got the eagles, you've got the bloody sounds of the bird, the sort of seagulls and that kind of stuff. But I just lose interest very, very quickly.
Yeah, if I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to play it. And there's been so many times. This is why I've got in trouble with people who watch my channel, because I say, hey, I'm playing this game, expect a review in a week, and I'm playing it like, I can't be fucking arsed. So when that video doesn't get up, I get a message from a few people like, where's the video? You promised the video for that game. Like, yeah, I gave up playing. Like, yeah, so I don't do that anymore.
I've done a few videos, like, I generally don't sort of feature kind of modern games, but I did a review of, was it the Breath of Fire? There you go, I don't even know the name of the fucking game, the Zelda game on the Switch. This game's incredible, it's amazing, it's the best game ever. Well, how are you getting on with it? I've not actually went back to it. I'm an absolute twat. I mean, I got me and my two mates, we kind of always, right, well, 20 quid each, we'll buy each other a sort of a Christmas present. So I asked for the new, Gears of War, what do you call it, the new Call of Duty. It's still sitting up there with the bloody cellophane around it. I could probably get it for 15 quid.
Yeah, that's why that's why I put myself on a purposeful lag of gaming now, because the games that are going to be new that are 50 quid are going to be 5 quid in 2 years' time.
I know.
Yeah, I try not to buy new stuff. Even though I just bought recently Dinosaur Warriors 9, and it's a stinking pile of shite, so, oh well. Don't fucking learn, do you?
Right, obviously you're a gamer. What? This was a question I was actually asking myself. I think I spoke about it in one of my Friday waffles. What is it? I mean, when I was growing up, you're probably the same. Your mates all played computer games, and you played computer games. You went to their houses and played their computer games. I'm the only one that stuck with computer games. Everybody else went away and did their own thing. They're more into films, and they're not interested in video games. I wonder what it is about. Obviously, we're all different, obviously, but I wonder what it is. I mean, what do you think? What is the attraction of video gaming?
I don't know. It's like the thing that keeps me going is new experiences. If I play a game for the first time, there's that sort of whole new world sort of mentality you go into, like, wow, what's going to be in this, good or bad or whatever. I like that. It's an addictive sort of quality.
What you're going to get,
what to expect. When it comes to my circle of friends growing up, one of them if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be on the path that I am now, because he introduced me to Resident Evil. And so, but I don't think he plays that many games anymore. And then I had a phase like in the early 2000s where it's like, oh, Xbox, just play Halo, you know, link up 4 fucking TVs, 4 consoles, and drink beer and take illicit substances and play all night, you know. That was fun for a while. But what keeps me going is the new world like thing. You know, I'll stick on a game. And I think, oh, all right, I'll give it an hour. If it's any good, I'll keep playing it. If not, meh, whatever. And yeah, that's what I like to do.
I think it's escaping reality. It's getting into another. Yeah, obviously that and your Overwatch loot boxes, which you spoke about, but we'll not go into that.
Oh, God, definition of madness.
But you're absolutely right. I mean, you know, you can lose yourself. I mean, I probably like yourself, got quite a stressful job, and there's times where, I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes when I'm totally like sort of pissed off from my work, you're like, the last thing I want to do is put a video game on. But other times I'm like, I'll just come up to my games room and I'll just put the PlayStation on or put the Commodore 64 on and I'll just switch off, you know.
Yeah, and that's what I do as well. And it used to be a daily thing, but working shift work can be, I sometimes get home at 2 o'clock in the morning, I just want to pass out. Oh no, adults, we have to work instead of playing games.
It's quite funny because I can have a really shit day at work. I mean, I work from home and I go to sites as well, but the majority of my job is in front of a laptop. And there'll be times where I'll be like, you know, we'll get to like 5 o'clock, 5:30, and it's like my head's kind of bursting. I'm like, fucking hell, you know.
How do you concentrate? I can't do that. It's like if I sit here in my room, like earlier, I was like, oh, I'll work on a new video, and I still haven't started it. So there's been a few times where I've had to purposely pull myself out of my house to work on something.
Do something.
Yeah, to do a video, like write a script or whatever. Because when I'm in here, I'm constantly distracted.
Aye. But, you know, the funny thing is I'll be like, oh, my head's bursting. I've been on that computer all day. And what do? I go sit on my PC and go into YouTube.
Yeah.
That's different, though. That's fun computers.
Well, yeah, that's our version of TV. Yeah, that's when you can watch.
Absolutely. So, moving away from kind of games then, Scott, when did you first become aware of YouTube, the website YouTube? When did you first become aware of it? And when did you decide to start a channel?
I think I started watching YouTube about 2007, around about then, because at the time the way I discovered YouTube was kind of weird. I went to a gig for Enter Shikari, which was a pretty like quiet band at that time. You know, they were only just starting, and one of the guys from the band, he goes, "Oh, we got the video up for this song on YouTube. Go watch it." So I was like, "Oh, okay." So I watched that, and I thought, "Oh, this is cool." And that's where I sort of watched it. Thought, "Oh yeah, that was awesome," and I never really looked at it again until about a year later, when I was playing Warcraft. World of Warcraft, and there was a few channels that were doing like strategies or raid bosses and all this sort of stuff. So at the time I was raiding, so I thought, oh, I'll start watching YouTube and have a look at these videos, see if I can help. And I discovered a channel where it was Warcraft related, but it wasn't any of that stuff. It was just a guy called Hobbs just doing his thing, and that's what really got me into watching YouTube. And that's where I started watching, you know, of course, everyone mentions the Angry Video Game Nerd and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, I started watching content on YouTube more often. It still wasn't like a daily thing, but I was conscious by it. And I think I started my channel, my very first channel, I think it was in 2009, I think it was. And it was fucking horrible. Yeah, it was one of those, I think everyone does this, you throw shit at the wall and see what sticks, but I wasn't really focused on that anyway. I was mostly making videos to make my friends laugh rather than thinking of a wider audience. And and that's where I started on YouTube, and then I made this channel I think in 2013, And yeah, and this
like... Obviously, you've changed the name. You're currently called Scott's Game Asylum. What was your channel before then?
Oh God, Scott's Game Reviews, the Console Snob, and Grumpy Gaming HD. I fucking cringe thinking about that.
Of course, Console Gaming Snob. I remember that one. So was it multiple channels you had at that point, or was it just the one that you kept changing the name?
I had this channel. I was experimenting with a other channel called the FMV Asylum. But I only put up like 2 videos, and that was covering FMV games. But you can't find it now. I've deleted that channel. So, but yeah, it was that was, and I was just like trying everything. I tried reviewing indie games. I tried doing the retro thing, which I did for a while, and that's how I got discovered on with Steve, who owns Retro and Limb.
Yep.
So I know the constant name changing is pretty much a joke between people now, but I'm very unfocused, and that has always been my problem, where I think of a great idea, I do it, and then a little while later thinking, nah, that idea's shit.
Yeah.
Change it again, and now I'm happy, I'm content, so it's not going to change again, touch wood, and so hopefully now there will be no more dicking around when it comes to branding of a channel. Yeah,
I think it's important that people get to know, they get to know the Scott brand. I mean, it's like Tony, who does the Silveretto Collector. He was called the Electronic Collector. I don't really know why he changed the name. I don't really understand that, unless of course you're maybe...
Yeah, he spoke to me about that like on private message one time. He said, I've deleted my channel. Like, why?
I don't understand.
He's like, oh, I didn't think it was that good. I said, yeah, but you don't need to delete your channel in order to start again. All right, I did it on this channel, but that was only because I exhausted all my avenues in that first channel, and I wasn't really focused on that. I was even worse than I am now when it comes to focus. And so I thought, oh, fresh start all over again.
Yeah. I couldn't even imagine. I mean, I think... was that a question? Was it one of these questions through communities, or was it something I was talking about? I can't remember exactly, but I think I was thinking about, if one day you woke up and YouTube they'd forgot to do the server backup and your entire channel was erased, and with it all your subscribers and whatnot, would you start again? I think I said to myself I wouldn't. No. But then I've kind of thought about it. I thought, well, yeah, I would, because it's, it's a hobby. It's a hobby, that's...
I love that. That question always makes me laugh, because everyone loves that good disaster porn, like, oh, what happens if it all blows up, fap. Personally, I would probably do it. I would probably make a new channel, but it's an odd thing, because I'll be honest, the last year or so, my channel has grown exponentially, and it's great. But when it comes to, it's all numbers. It's good for the ego, but it's not going to change what I do.
It's funny you're talking about numbers. I never really look at statistics or whatever. I mean, I go into the YouTube creator, and I go into like not messages, is it comments, and I generally just once every couple of nights I'll think, right, because I always stand by. I mean, if I'm watching a channel and I ask a question or make a comment, and then I do the same thing again, and they never ever get back to, I think, fuck them. If somebody can't take the time to respond to a question, if somebody's taking the time to watch your... Don't get me wrong, somebody like Stuart Ashens, he's got millions of subscribers. Oh yeah, some people possibly do that. But I always kind of pride myself in making a point of replying to everything, even if it is just a thumbs up, because somebody will maybe make a comment, it doesn't really warrant a reply as such, but at the very least you give a wee like or whatever.
That's probably what gets me off doing this, is the interaction. It's the conversation that either I've instigated or I'm part of, and I fucking love that. It's, if I can get reaction out of someone, that's more addictive to me than a like or a share. Stuff like that is what I live for when it comes to doing this as a hobby.
It's real people, but I'm glad you interrupted me, because I forgot where I was going again, and I managed to remember it in the time that you were talking. But going back to the old statistics thing, Yeah, I usually use the sort of the YouTube creator part to answer. I'll go through once a week, or once every couple of days. If I can barst, I'll go through and I'll answer comments. But I went on to the analytics. I mean, there's just so much there, and it was like the average watch time of a video. Okay, hell, that is depressing. I think I've as well making all my videos a minute long.
Well, the thing is, that is easily to fuck up, because one of my oldest videos and my most popular one is I did like a 2.5 minute video, and it was no effort whatsoever. I found a demo of someone making a fan-made version of Streets of Rage 4. So I made like a 30 seconds of me talking, oh, hey, this is what I found on here. You can download it, blah, blah, blah. And it was like 30 seconds of gameplay footage at the end of the video. And that has got like 100,000 views. But the problem is, because everyone's watched that video, my analytics are fucked now, because every average, because the retention, they keep saying, is always 2.5 minutes. It's like, fucking hell. I've been wanting to delete that video for so long, but it's got so many views, I don't want to delete it now.
Is that a cash cow for you, mate?
Well, not really, but it's just like, oh shit. It's like, I've put myself in a position now where I don't like that video, but it's doing well and I don't want to get rid of it.
But I've worked out that my average viewer is about 35-year-old male. I think 98.9% of my viewers are male. And they watch, on average, my YouTube, my videos are about 5%.
Yeah, my demographic is pretty much a fucking haul of sausages as well.
Oh man, depressing stuff. But anyway, yeah. So you had a channel called. You've already told me that you changed the name. Can you just maybe tell the viewers what, if they were coming to your channel, what can they expect to actually watch?
Well, I don't have that many reoccurring shows. So there's one I want to revive again called I Can't Believe It's Not Retro, where I take a look at reboots of classic games. I do like my own, like, what you do is just shut up and talk sort of videos, where I call them Get Real. I hate it, but whatever. Where I just sit there and ramble off anything that's either someone's asked me or something that's pissed me off or whatever. And then there's my reviews, which I try, game reviews, which I try to... What I try to find is not the obvious games, because who gives a shit? You know, Call of Duty, fucking whatever. I've reviewed them in the past. Who gives a shit? You know, it's like, I rather find a game that either I find interesting or, oh, no one's done a review of that game, and do one for that, you know. And that's what I'm trying to do now, is try to find cool games to play and also get out of my comfort zone. Like this year, I've been trying to make a concerted effort to play like adventure games, which I've rarely played back in the past.
I'm the same, yeah.
So I've been trying to find games that are fun, adventure games that are fun to me. Like I played Puzzle Agent recently over the Christmas period, and that game is fucking amazing. And I was like, oh man, there's only like 2 videos, decent reviews done on YouTube. I thought, oh, maybe I could put my own 2 cents on it. So, and that's where I sort of like go off.
I'm kind of the same. I mean, I don't play adventure games. I don't play football games. I don't play. There's lots of types of games that I don't play. But I've just watching him. I was watching Novabug playing. It was one of his live streams. I was watching him playing. Is it Secret of Mana? It's a game I've heard of. I know it's on the SNES. I know it's amazing. I've never actually watched the game. I know it's an adventure game. And I thought, that actually looks really, really good. And I might, don't ask me when, I'll probably never do it, but I might actually dip my big toe in the water, you know, it does. Yeah. And I think that's the great thing about YouTube. It opens your eyes to other games. You think, look, that looks fucking pretty good, you know what I mean? Like the Rhyme or Ream, whatever it's called as well.
Well, it's also quite fun as well, because I've covered games in the past, like, holy shit, I've never seen this before, I want to check it out. I was like, yes, I fucking did it. Yeah, that's fun as well, because if I can... show someone something they've never seen before and they check it out as well, then we all win.
Yeah. See when you're doing views, shut up. When you're doing a review, whatever, presumably you talk and play live, you're recording it at the same time, yeah.
Not anymore. I used to do that a long time ago, but nah. It's all pre-recorded now.
No, sorry. I'm maybe not coming across clear. Sorry, when you're doing like when you're actually playing the game and you're recording it and you're talking, you don't record the gameplay and then later on you just do a commentary over the gameplay.
Oh,
You actually talk. And I see. I used to like talk and record at the same time, but because where my PC is downstairs,
I can't do that anymore.
my wife. I can trying to find the time to make bloody videos is difficult. So what I tend to do, I'll record myself playing games, and then later on I'll do the voiceover. But what I kind of feel that I've lost something in that because you're not got the sort of spontaneity.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, or bollocks, whatever. You make mistakes. Whereas sometimes I'll try and remember what I'm going to do, and I'll be playing like say Manic Miner. I'll say, shite, right, I think I'll go up there. No, I won't. I'll just go along here. I'm trying to pretend that I'm playing it, and I'm like, well, I'm not really,
Yeah, my process. I try and most of the time, if I'm playing a game, I will have either my phone next to me or a laptop or a notepad, and I'll just write stuff down. Like if I'm playing a game and there's like a really cheesy dialogue or something and it's a line, I thought, oh, that's funny, I'll do a riff on that, and that's how I do my thing. I have experimented in the past writing page after page after page, and they're fun to do, but once you've edited it and recorded it and it's like half an hour fucking long, it's like, how many people are going to actually sit down and watch this? And I've had that a few times where people are like, yeah, it's great, but I stopped watching after 10 minutes. It's like a 40-minute long video. Like, oh, fuck. Yeah.
The thing is, though, I'll watch. I don't watch. There's maybe, I don't know, there's maybe a dozen websites, YouTube channels that I will watch, and then like everybody else, you go and you'll watch the Bruce Lee 2-inch punch. Then before you know it, you're looking at a video with Chuck Norris beating up somebody, and before you know it, you're looking at like an autopsy or something. You end up watching some really weird shit. You know what I mean? But it's absolutely insane.
But yeah, that's normally my process, and yeah, it seems to work for me. But I've tried to scale that shit back now because, like I said, half-an-hour reviews are fun. But if no one's going to watch them, then why am I putting so much time and effort into something that's not getting much exposure? So
that's the thing. There's some videos that I'll make, and they do, or you wouldn't think so. Looking at it, the editing doesn't take a lot, but I can sometimes invest a good number of hours putting together videos over a good number of weeks, and it might get 150 views, and then I've got a thing called the Mamemeister minimalist review, and I don't know if you've watched it.
Yeah, I love it.
Somebody thought it was a mistake. It's like, how can this only be 17 seconds? And it might get like 200 views. It took like 17 seconds.
And all it is just one elaborate joke.
Germans with robots.
Yeah.
Pish. Don't play it. Shite.
And that's what I love about it, because well, the first one, when I watched it, I thought, have you gone fucking mad? But after I got the joke, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now.
The funny thing is that the first one I did got so many down views. People just don't get it. People don't get it's a joke, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can,
I get that as well.
How much time roughly do you spend a week on YouTube? Making videos, I should say.
Making videos, well, if I'm honest, this week not much because I've not been feeling that great. But I normally try and do a video when I have a day off, and that normally can take between, say, 2 to 3 hours, depending on what I want to do. The more effort I put into it, the longer it's going to be. So I try to have a cut-off period where, like, all right, I've done the video, I upload it, and it's done. I'm not fucking around with it,
Yeah. You always find, it's quite an addictive thing making YouTube, making videos. You're always hoping for that big video that's just going to go kaboom.
Yeah.
And you and I will be on the next Retro and Limb panel, mate. I'm still looking for it, and aye, that is an addiction. It's absolutely an addiction. But sometimes, do you get? My next question here is: does it ever feel like a chore? You go to record a video and you think, you know what, this isn't happening.
Yeah, I mostly do that with live streams. There's been a fair few occasions where I'm like trying to improvise. I'm not very good at improvising most of the time, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, fuck it, turn it off. If I'm not, as this is a hobby, and if I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to do it. I'm trying to push myself to put out more regular stuff. Excuse me.
What? Sorry to interrupt you, Scott. What would you say? What would you see as the optimum number of videos to put out per week?
For me, I try to put at least 2. There'll be a game related video, and some kind of talky video. And that's normally my limit. Sometimes it can fluctuate if I have more time on my hands, but I try to just keep it like 2 a week, and that's probably as much as I can do physically.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I'll put out a wee short on a Saturday or something. But it's one of these things that, like, I think to myself, oh, if I don't put out a video for a week, I'm going to lose subs and whatever. And the funny thing is, sometimes where I maybe, I don't mean to not make videos, but I maybe go through for maybe real life, that thing that gets in the way now and again will get in the way. And I maybe haven't put out a video for like 3 or 4 days. And it's like my subs jump up by like 10. I'm like, fucking hell, it seems weird. Like the less is sometimes more, it's bizarre.
Yeah, I've had that as well, and it doesn't make any sense to me. I do have a weird anxiety, though, when I look at my video feed, and if I see a game review that's got a week since I've uploaded it, that's when I'm like, shit, I need to get another one out. And I have one right now, and like I said, I was trying to work on a video this morning, and that never got finished. So, yeah, that's more my own thing. I don't think anyone's expecting me to have a video out every Wednesday for the rest of my fucking life. But it'd be nice to do that, but I gotta be realistic, really, because I work a full-time job. This is just a thing I do for fun rather than a job. So
it should. Yeah, it should never be a chore. I mean, if you think about it from a viewer's point of view, if you're watching a video and watching a channel and he puts out a video every day, you're gonna go nah. Whereas if he's only putting out maybe 1 a week or 2 a week, you're going to go, oh, fucking beauty, there's Scott put out a new video, and you're probably going to make more of an effort. So I think sometimes, I would always say to anybody, I mean, my next one I'll just touch on just now is, if somebody came to you and says, Scott, I want to start up a YouTube channel, have you got 3 tips for me? What would you say to him?
3 tips, probably.
Top tips.
My 3 tips, probably the first one is, don't take yourself seriously, because I've seen so many people burn themselves out trying to be the next what the fuck ever. Let's see, Dark Side Phil, even though he's pretty much some people just, when they do this stuff, and I fell foul on that as well in previous times, where I'm like, I'm going to be this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to cover a certain genre of games, and that's going to be my thing, and then realise that, I like cover shoot 'em ups, but do I want to make a fucking video of a shoot 'em up every time? Not really. So, I've now told myself off to not do that shit anymore. So, don't take yourself seriously is a big one, especially if you're going to be opinionated in what you're doing, because there's going to be a lot of people who are going to have the opposite opinion to you, and they don't want to listen to it. So, having a little bit of self-awareness, it goes a long way, especially on YouTube.
Yeah, totally agree. Right, that's one. You've got another 2 to give me.
Second one. The second one probably be, don't waffle. If there's something that bugs the
good then.
No. When you're doing a talking video, fine. But if you're doing like this is more because I've been watching a lot of how to jailbreak a PS3 videos recently.
And there's a lot factual kind of ones.
Yeah. When it's factual, when there's some people who, oh man, I was watching one video where this guy was like, I'm gonna talk. Look at my pretty flowers. It's like, shut the fuck up and get on the subject. That does my head in. So if you're going to do a video like that, a factual or a tutorial, make it concise, for God's sake.
See, that's why I probably wouldn't be very good at these. I mean, the most factual, the most technical ones I do are my Mamemeister look-ats, when I just look at it and I talk something. But I am a rambler, you know. I mean, I go away off on a tangent, as I've done tonight, and I go so far off the beaten track that I end up forgetting how to get back on, and I'm like, what was I talking about again?
Yeah, but some people can get away with it. You can get away with it.
Well,
I try to get away with it, and sometimes it doesn't work. So it's down to the person as well. You know, this is my own personal gripe. This is no one else's but mine on this one.
Well, people say that. I think the appeal of my channel is they say it's like listening to your mate in the pub, fucking just talking. And I mean, I've had people saying to me, "Your Friday waffle." I mean, one guy, it's like, you know, it's these comments are like, you know what, that makes it all worthwhile. A guy said to me, he's actually just appeared on the channel, and he said that he'd been going through a really, really shit time in his life, and he says that, I think he lives abroad, and he says, being able to listen to this Scottish guy use this talking really helped me through quite a tough time. You're like, brilliant, you know what I mean? That's always, you can't get any better than that. You know
that's
what I mean?
Always blown me away. It's like, I've had that as well. Like, oh, you've got me through my divorce. I've been depressed, but your video made me laugh. You know, so thank you. And even at play, when I had a kid come up to me and asking for my autograph, I'm like, what? I was like, I'm not that guy. You know, like, I'd rather just shake your hand and talk shit for 2 hours rather than, you know, sign autographs and all that crap. You know, I don't get that sort of celebrity thing. Yeah, it's just
you know what? You know, the thing is, though, Scott, and I mean, like, you were talking about it as well, and it's easy to look at, you know, your Ashens, your, you know, 1.5 million subscribers, and Talkback Gamer, he's got like 18,000 subscribers in 2 years, and it's easy to think, you know, oh, you're shit, you know, 1,500, whatever the hell is we've got.
Yeah.
You know, and when about 2 years ago, I don't know if you remember, basically there was people at my work found out that I had a YouTube channel, and a few of them were being quite nasty, and I just thought, nah, fuck this, and I took the channel down, and then a few people right away, they were like, you know, why did you do that? He says these people are arseholes. He says they've got they're just,
they don't give a shit about it at all. They're just taking a piss because like, to them it's an easy target.
He says. I mean, at that point, the funny thing is, I'd just ticked over 500 subscribers when I took the channel down. He says, you put 500 people in a room. He says, that's more than a cinema.
Yeah.
He says, you've got 500 people who enjoy what you do. You entertain them. Yeah, that's what you are. You're an entertainer. You should be fucking proud of yourself. Fuck these arseholes that fucking, you're a fucking YouTube, hey, fucking Mr. Pac-Man. He says you should be bloody proud of it. And you and I now we're similar bloody subscribers, whatever, 1,500 or something. That's a fucking lot of people. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I know 1,000 people don't watch my videos. But, you know, I generally average about 150, 160 kind of views per video, and then it'll kind of taper off, it'll kind of trickle up. That's still almost 200 people that you know, I always quite like when I put a video out, I don't like refresh it, but I'll put it out, and then I'll wait a second, I'll go, and it'll be like 3 views, 6 views, like, look, there's people sitting there, there's that there, Mamemeister's putting on a video, you know, be bloody proud of yourself, mate.
Yeah.
It's fucking...
Yeah, I think when I briefly did my podcast for a little while, and I was talking to Jim, Kid Sharukan, he said to me, he goes, the way he sees it is that, you know, he has at this moment in time 6,000 subscribers. So he gets 600 views per video. So that's average. 100 people.
It's about 10% usually. 10
for every
1,000,
every 1,000 people is 100 people watching his stuff. And he goes, you know, and yes, it would be great to have that bigger exposure, blah, 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 but he's learned to live with that, and I've now started to live with that, because, you know, I don't know, maybe it's you get ideas above your station where you're selling, you think, oh, I'm a lot better than fucking 100 views and that shit, but really it's like, you know, all right, I'm happy for what I have, you know, it could be worse.
No, absolutely. I mean, I'm a firm believer that there are, and I'm not talking about myself here, well, but yeah, possibly I would include myself as well as yourself and other people. There's a lot of channels that I watch, and, you know, we've got very, very modest subscribers. Then you get other people who've got way more. That the size of your subscriber or views is not relative to how entertaining a channel you have. I'm quite sure that if Ashens decided to give you a shout out, your subscriber levels would go woof,
it'd be amazing,
and you would get a lot of people go, "Fuck, this fucking guy's brilliant. He's shit. Oh, there's this fucking fat Scottish guy that fucking talks Pish on a Friday. Oh, he's fucking brilliant." You know what I mean? It's the difficulty is just becoming known, and that always staggers me. Was it Nostalgia Nerd? What was the guy that was in the panel? Nostalgia Nerd, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said on there, he said we all started from nothing. It was like,
but he's gone up to like 140,000 in like 4 years. How? I don't understand how that's possible. He must, and I'm not meaning this derogatory, but he must have had somebody giving him a hand up. It's not physically possible to suddenly go, woof. You need. It's just, and it's the same with Talkback Gamer. I mean, I've got to say, he's got an absolutely brilliant channel. Have you watched his interview with Novabug?
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant. He just plays the character. I mean, I think he's really funny. I didn't like him at first.
I didn't get him
until I realised what he is. He's an entertainer and he does a cracking job.
Yeah, I didn't get him at first, and then I realised he's doing a better version of the console snob. Fair enough. He's doing it better than I am. I'm fine with that.
And one of the channels I always think, I mean, I don't know if you watch Silly Swifto. I mean, he's got like 20 subscribers, or maybe it's a bit more than that. And I'll go to watch one of his YouTube videos, and it'll be like he posted it 4 days ago, and he's got like 3 views, and it's like this. I don't think people get his humour. I mean, obviously, the difficulty is getting out there. But I think he's brilliant. I'm pissing myself laughing some of the stuff that he puts out, and he's got such a low subscriber count. So it's. I can understand people just thinking, what is the point? I mean, I remember. I've recounted this tale many times. When I started the YouTube channel, it was just as a way of, I was basically bored of playing games. I thought, what can I do? Why don't I record a video of me playing a shit game? And I did it for about 3 months. And I remember looking at, I think I put this video out, and it was a day later, and I looked and it had like 3 views, and I thought, what's the fucking point?
I did that on my first channel.
What am I wasting my time for? I wasn't doing it for views, but I just thought, nobody's actually watching what I'm doing, so why am I going to all the bother uploading a bloody video onto YouTube when nobody's watching it? And then a couple of people who are still subscribers to this day, they're like, listen, mate, I think I love what you do, and I thought, you know what? There's 2 people who are enjoying what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm going to keep this thing going,
And it's even more flattering when I was at Play and I had some of these bigger YouTubers said, "Oh, you're Scott, aren't you? Yeah, I love watching your videos." I'm like. I almost like boom, straight up boner, like, oh my god,
Overwatch loot box moment.
Yeah, like fucking hell, and then talking to them afterwards is like, well, these people they do the same thing, but they just seem that they've had a better projection rather than us.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, after talking to talking to Dan and talking to Kim Justice and all that, it's like, oh, okay, it's like, yeah, they have, bigger exposure, but they do the same shit we do.
Absolutely. And I don't think they do a better job of it. Yeah, the people who are full-time, that's their job. You and I are trying to juggle families and bloody jobs and Christ what knows, you know what I mean? But you're absolutely right. Moving on.
I need to ask a third virtue on YouTube.
What was that?
Waffling again.
I know.
Thing. Yeah,
I know.
Well, back on to relate to the first question. Just be yourself, because the worst thing you can do right now.
Yep.
And this really bugs me is if you're disingenuous in your approach to videos. I've seen, and I mentioned this recently in a Get Real about the hashtag retro gaming posers, where they co-opt this sort of following and try to make themselves, they pose, they're not adding to the conversation, they're just fucking trying to go on for the ride, and when I mentioned that, I got a lot of heat from people, but I was like, I'm not saying that what you do is bad, but you need to be aware of the people who are they're basically giving no nutritional value to the conversation. They just want to take their slice of it and try to and we've had this before. We had this with a certain person at Retro Island, where he was trying to co-opt our quote popularity in quotes and try to make himself look better. And it was really just like, you're out your fucking mind. So you know, being humble and being honest with people on. Yeah, you're trying to entertain them, but you also want to be like, this is what I am. This is who I am, and that's it.
I always think, yeah, you can't possibly keep a YouTube channel going if you're not being yourself. You know, unless you're Talkback Gamer, who obviously it's a character.
It's very some characters can do that. Some people can do that and keep consistent. But if you're not that sort of person, such as myself, don't even attempt it.
I pretend I'm a grumpy old bastard. It seems to work pretty well.
Well, it's like with some people when they don't get, like, especially, all right, I'm going to call out a certain part of my viewers. I do apologise. Sorry, Americans. I'm going to throw you under the bus on this one. But when they don't get the British level of sarcasm, you know, most of the time we're very self-deprecating anyway as a clan. So when I'm talking about something, like if I am being sarcastic in a video, and quite a lot of the times they don't get it, and I had one where I reviewed a game called Metal Wolf Chaos, if you ever played that on the Xbox, and it's just this big, ridiculous, bombastic mech game. And, well, watch a video on it on YouTube. The cutscenes are just ridiculous. It's just like America, fuck yeah, with a shotgun in one hand and a fucking Big Mac in the other. It's that ridiculous, like, machismo bullshit. But the thing is, it was made by Japanese developers. So it's a parody. But in the video, I made just a fleeting comment about, you know, that American bullshit, basically. And it's one guy, and... quote what he said to me, he called me a racist for being anti-American. It's like, A, you don't know what the concept of racism is, and B, you honestly don't get what I'm trying to portray. Fucking ridiculous.
Would you say that, is there any, sorry, I'm jumping a question here, if you're to do anything, if you're to go back whenever it was you started your channel again, 2009, if you now could tell yourself back then bits of advice, is there anything you'd do differently?
I would probably go back in time to the point where I'm about to type in my name for the channel. I would have slapped myself and said, no, you're not going with Grumpy Gaming HD, because that is really fucking naff. You're going to put in this, you're going to love it, and shut up. So what you're saying, you're not going to make that fucking Streets of Rage 4 video, because it's going to fuck your channel later in life.
That's all you'll ever be known for. So obviously we've touched on the the really good points of having a YouTube channel. Is there any downsides to having trying to maintain a YouTube channel, do you think? That you personally think?
Well, I could see this being a problem down the line if I get popular or whatever, is trying to keep up with people commenting.
I think that's...
that's not a problem right now, but I would hate to have a time where I'm getting 1,000 comments a minute, and all right, quite a lot of channels who get that. Most of the stuff that people are writing down below is just insignificant. Yeah. But that would be a real big downer if that conversation went away and it just left people just reacting to bullshit. Well, I don't know. Probably the only thing I sort of have an issue with is consistency. But I don't know. It's just, I don't have that many hang-ups, really.
And interesting what you're saying about, what was the first point you made there about the comments thing. Have I actually mentioned that later on? Did I? No, I can't remember. One of the things that I'm very, very conscious of, in fact, it was a comment I was replying to, actually. One thing that I'm very conscious of, and I don't do it deliberately, but it's the type of person I am. I get to know I don't like quoting, my audience. There's it's the same people that comment, and I get to know their names. I mean, there's even a couple of guys. There's a guy coming across for Canada in June, and I'm trying to arrange to meet him. And I'll talk to these people, sort of thing. And I mean, in fact, I'll tell you exactly what it was. I put out a video, saying I'm going to monetize his channel, and one of the guys says, "Why are you telling people that? It's nobody's business that you're doing that." I says, "Well, the reason I do it is because I kind of feel that I've got a relationship, a community going with people that watch my videos, and I get to know them, and I just want to make them aware of where I am. I'm conscious that potentially somebody who's never watched my channel before could tune in and think, it's any one of my live update, live gaming things, whatever it's called, gaming streams, and they'll think, oh, Mamemeister's calling this guy. Hi Scott, how's it going? Oh, Davey, how you doing, mate?
Yeah.
And it could possibly isolate people. But that's the way I am, I mean, and I think, and if your channel was to become suddenly you've 50,000 subscribers, then you would lose that. You wouldn't be communicating on comments. You would then just become a business.
Yeah, you become the machine, basically.
You would, there wouldn't be any interaction with people. You know what I mean?
Well, that's another gripe I have with. It's mostly all right for most people. This doesn't bother them, but I would never ever consider my viewers the F word, fans. I would never ever say that because I don't like that one. Yeah, I would. To me, that's the most arrogant thing you can say. That someone who is a fanatic of you is like, I would never ever want that.
The thing is that the reality is though there will be people who would consider them a fan of what you do. Yeah, but I'm the same as you. I would never ever.
That's fine. I'd rather have that, but I would never want to call them by that because, for a start, like I said, it's just arrogant, and secondly, I just find that very, just false because, like I said, I don't consider myself a celebrity in any of that shit. So it's just I'd rather be, oh hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Dave, blah blah blah, and be on a kind of personal level with this person. All right, that's going to be impossible if it ever goes that way. But I rather either acknowledge them in a different way or definitely not say the F word. Yeah. Even if I'm talking about, I don't even like to say all my subscribers or my viewers. Yeah, people who enjoy my content. That's what I would rather refer to them as, kind of thing. Yeah, I'm the same. I just feel very, very dirty for saying that. It doesn't feel good when you think about it.
See, just jumping ahead for the old monetized thing. I mean, have you got Patreon at all?
I did, but when I did it, I went back on it. Even I was talking to another YouTuber who uses Patreon. And she said to me that, it's like, if people want to do it, they will do it. And I was like, well, I don't particularly, I would love to do that. That'd be fun. But I don't want to ask people to donate money to me from the content I deliver. If I was making documentary level videos or stuff that was, doing millions of views and stuff, then I would be more comfortable in doing that. But as now, when I launched my page, I had a few people. I think I was earning like £3 a month, but I don't know. I just felt dirty doing it.
I'm exactly the same. I mean, obviously, I've always said, no, I'm not going to monetize, And then I was talking to Novabug down in Blackpool, and I asked him how much he made, and it's pocket money. You know what I mean? It's a couple of apps for your iPhone, whatever. But that's by the by. And then I thought to myself, well, fucking wait a minute, why am I not doing this? If YouTube want to give me 10, 20 quid a month, then fucking great. You know what I mean? I give them plenty back in return. I don't mean people who watch my channel. I'm talking about YouTube. I give them plenty back, so it's not costing anybody, and that's why I put it out there to like the people that watch my channel. Yeah, it doesn't bother you. And if everybody goes, "Oh fuck that," or "That's shit," and I'd have probably said, "Well, you know what? I'm not going to do it," which might be the wrong thing to do, but that's and then the whole, I mean, a couple of people have kind of commented saying, "Why don't you do Patreon?" I would gladly give you a few quid every month. it's maybe just the way I was brought up. I was always told to say no. I don't take kindly to. Not to say that I don't. I'm massively appreciative. If somebody wanted to give me a tenner a month to watch my channel, I would be massively appreciative of it. But I wouldn't take it. I mean, I've always said. I mean, I had one guy. He was adamant that he wanted to give me something. I want to give you something. I says, no. And I says, listen, give me something. If you want to give me something, there's a local children's hospice 5 minutes down the road. I says, I support it when I do my runs and ultras and whatnot. So the guy gave me 50 quid and I took it down and gave it to them. You know what I mean? I would not feel comfortable about taking. I just don't, because then I think as well, it immediately changes the goalposts. I do this off my own back. If somebody's got a problem with my channel, well, fuck it, it's my channel, so you can fuck off. You know what I mean? I really don't give a shit. But the minute you start taking money, I don't know, it doesn't sit kindly with me. I've got absolutely no issues at all with people who want to do that, you know.
Well, the way I, because I was talking to someone who has a Patreon, they said, if you don't want to do all the levels and perks and all that shit, just do what Guru Larry does. It's like, it's a tip jar. He only has £1 deposits, throw in £1, and that's it. And he does quite well. And I thought, oh yeah, that would be a cool idea. But then when I launched it, I very quickly afterwards realised, like, this make me. I feel a bit of a scumbag for doing it, so I stopped it. But I'm now partnered with an MCN anyway on YouTube, but I did that because of that conversation. It's like, look, it's money on the table. If you're eligible, just do it. It's like, I'm not going to make fucking money from this at all. It's pocket money. But why not? Just do it. And it's like, yeah, all right. And and that's what I've been doing in the last month or so. And I got paid like the day before play, and it was like a tenner.
I was going to ask you, I signed up to it on Sunday and it says it's still under review. Does it take a wee while or something for it to come through?
YouTube itself?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, because I'm with a third party.
Right, okay. Yeah, I just went to monetize my channel and
I'm with Curse, and it was all they took care of all the legwork.
And presumably, is it just it goes in your bank or something?
Pretty much. Yeah, I make a cut, they take a cut, and that's it. We split, and like I said, it's cool to have, it's nice to have, but I'm not going to get rich anytime soon, and it doesn't bother me.
I can maybe get enough for a new camera in a couple of years' time for my channel, since I use my phone, then shoot it in. You know what I mean?
Well, it's one of those things, like I'm setting up for if a future ever happened, and if I did end up making this a living, I would love to in a wildest dream. But
that'd be wonderful for that to be your job, not so much make money, but to be able to do this as your job. That would be brilliant.
Yeah, but speaking as a pragmatic sort of person, I'm very, very, very not deluded about this, because I don't think I'm ever gonna. If it got to that level where I made a living out of it, great. But I'm not waiting for that. I'd rather just do what I'm doing now, and if it does, great. If it doesn't, I'm not gonna shed a tear.
Yeah, see that's one top tip I would give somebody is, why you want to do it? Oh, I want to make money. Go and buy a lottery ticket. Yeah, don't do this. Don't do this to make money. Well,
you see this a lot with the more younger YouTubers who show you 5 minutes of gameplay of Call of Duty and just riff over it. And they are like baiting like a motherfucker. Oh, let's smash 200 likes, let's smash 1,000 likes, that sort of shit.
I
cannot stand that shit. I see what they're trying to do, but to me, that's, once again, disingenuous. And I'm not going to watch someone who is just basically trying to con you into making a living.
I know. It's quite funny. I was talking to somebody about the whole YouTube thing. Can you make a living out of it? And somebody was talking about, I quite fancy doing. I want to make extra money, and I said, look, I've been doing this for 3 years now. I said, I don't monetize. I said, even if I was, I'd be maybe getting a tenner a month. I said, it's not a living in it. And then this guy chipped in, my best mate's son, he's got he makes like £1,000 a month, and I'm like, aye, arse. And I said, what's his channel? Oh, he's blah 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 blah. What's his channel? Fucking 2.4 million subscribers. I mean, for fuck's. And I watched it, and he's a wee fucking English guy, about 14 years old.
But it probably the most blandest, boring content ever. Yeah.
He's like trying to eat one of these giant Haribo big things. But you know what? People, kids love it. You know, if you and I were bloody 20, 30 years younger, that's what we'd be doing, you know what I mean? But as I've always said as well, I think we've picked one of the most niche things to talk about, you know, video game. Maybe slightly more so with me, it's 8 bits and that kind of stuff, you know what I mean?
Well, a testament to why we're so like in the mix of so many channels is that YouTube has YouTube gaming. You know, they don't have YouTube cooking, do they? So, you know, we've put ourselves in a massive pool and we're only very little fish. So, you know, you're going to have to either you'll get lucky and, you know, rise to the top, or you'll be floundering in the mix for a long time. And, yeah, that's the way it goes. That's how, I've learned to live with that now.
Yeah, but do it for fun. Don't expect you're going to become the next PewDiePie, whatever. Trolls. Have you ever had to deal with any trolls? I'm pretty sure you're probably the man to talk to deal with trolls.
Oh, yes. I could regale you for hours of stories.
Tell me your best one then.
The one I said about being racist at America, that was a good one. I had one which was quite a widely viewed channel. It had about 20,000 subscribers, but he thought it would be fun to go for the cheap fucking fruit and basically start calling me fat and why are you so fat, you're going to die of a heart attack and all this sort of shit. And I'm like, okay, even someone who shouldn't give two shits about my channel numbers wise is taking his time to, I don't know, try to kill my enthusiasm. I don't know. It's like, someone like that is just a prick, and it's like I would never want to watch his channel because, and what I did in the end is said, all right, okay, I'll share your comment to your fucking subscribers on your Facebook group, which had like 10,000 people on. There you go, you can't have that.
Feel free to tell me his channel name if you want.
Jap Jack.
No, never heard of him. That's how fucking insignificant the wanker is anyway.
Well, no, and I've had the usual, like, someone who either doesn't get my sense of humour, which happens quite a bit, but mostly it's just illegible. Most of the time, it's just someone trying to get a rise out of you. And there's been a couple of them where they've called me every name under the sun because I've either said something about their favourite game of all time that it's bad, you know, oh no, my opinion in a sea of 1,000 other opinions. Oh no, I'm the one that's ruined your day. Oh, fuck off. You know, most of the time when it comes to trolls, they say never feed the trolls, but I do like winding them up. But
I'm a bit like that as well.
That's more my own sick enjoyment, you know. If it's getting to the point where they're just going too far, I'll just block them because I've got no time and patience for just people. If you're not going to be calling me, then fuck off. Nah, but there's some people that have that will put some pretty insane howlers of comments on there. I'll have a little fun with them, or at least try and make it fun for other people to see.
I can know. I mean, did you watch Kim Justice's recent video where she's got her girlfriend Sophia? And I watched it, and and I said, "Oh, entertaining." I think her girlfriend seems like a really, really nice person. Brilliant sense of humour. And I was going down the comments, and you're just like, and I actually I started typing a reply like, "You fucking bully, you." And I thought, no, that's what they want me to do.
Yeah,
just ignore it.
The comment section in that video is absolute dumpster fire.
Unbelievable. But that's the thing is, I always say to anybody, you put yourself out onto a public forum that anybody anywhere in the world can watch, you're going to get people that don't like you.
Yeah, you're going to expect some
You're going to get people that don't like you.
And I've got relatively thick skin, and most of the time it's like, oh, they're going to call me out, they're going to kill me. It's like, oh yeah, you say that on a YouTube comment. Yeah, whatever. Fucking say what you want, mate. You're not going to find me. That sort of crap. I don't give a shit. They're idiots. And whatever.
Yeah, you made a comment earlier on about you've got to be a bit thick-skinned. Don't take yourselves too seriously, because I mean, I was a bit, I regard myself as a nice person. I am what I am, and I don't know everybody likes me, but I don't ever intentionally set out to upset somebody. And so when I got my first thumbs down, I was like, okay, and then I had a bit of a run-in with one person who became a bit of a troll, and ironically, the person's since returned to the channel, and they watch my videos and they comment on them, and I go, they go on great now,
I have that now. It's like, I upload a video, within 10 seconds, someone's downvoted it. It's like, what? Who? It's like, is that how you get off in the morning? You roll out of bed, new video, dislike. It's like, I never got that mentality, but they're watching my videos. I fucking got them. They still want to make the effort to downvote my video, then they're still watching my video.
Who are you to argue with?
Yeah. And even when I've had people like, oh, this review you've made is complete shit, and I was like, look, mate, I know it's shit. I'm not gonna say that whatever I put out is perfect. It never will be.
Yeah.
So if you think it's shit, fine. I think it's shit too. That's all. There's no delusions of grandeur.
I remember I upset somebody. I mean, I went through a phase. I was recording Commodore 64 demos, and I was, you can't please anybody at any of the time. I was recording, when I make my videos, I use emulators because it's a lot easier to record them, get a nice clear picture. So I'd recorded a couple of demos using an emulator, and I put it out, and it's one of my probably most successful videos, albeit it's not my doing, it's just somebody's video or somebody's demo. But then a few people, you shouldn't be recording this on emulation, you should be making the effort to use proper such and such, because this is shit. So I'm like, okay, so the next one I made, I've got a TV in my games room. I pointed my phone at the TV.
Steve Benoit style.
Absolutely, because that's the only way I know how to do it. And I recorded it, and I said, look, apologies about this sort of pretty shit picture. My phone fucking zooms in and out and blurred, and it's sharp, and it's blurred, and it's sharp, and then people are like, somebody was like, fuck's sake, man, they down thumbed it. It says, if you can't even go to the effort to record the sound properly instead of putting it out through some shitty fucking TV, you're fucking no worth it, fucking unsubbed. And I'm like, for fuck's sake, and I thought, I says, and I always try and explain myself to these people, whereas I should just say, fuck off, and, come back. But I say, look, I don't have a better setup. I've got it through my TV, that's the way it is. If you don't like it, then fucking tough.
I've had that argument.
It's amazing how you upset people.
I've had arguments of that before, and I was like, do you want to watch game footage that looks like it's been smeared in Vaseline, or do you want to watch something that is watchable? So shut your fucking mouth. But I use emulation anyway, because yes, I do own the consoles, and some consoles, the emulation is not there. Sega Saturn, Atari Jaguar, even though that's improved in recent times, and like the Xbox, that sort of those consoles I like playing as is. So you just have to deal with the picture quality. But some consoles that are easy to emulate, you can set it up in seconds. I've had no issues with, and especially when it comes to Mame, where quite a lot of these games are not home releases. They were in arcades, and once those arcades are gone, or they've blown up, or they've burned down, or they've broken down, you can't play those games again. So emulators like Mame and also DOSBox save games, and
absolutely,
especially recently, the one thing that I, in my own sort of weird way, is trying to combat against people killing games. Like with the online only games that are going to die when they turn the servers off. We have to preserve these games.
That's right.
There's some companies who say, oh, we got a new MMO and it closes in 5 years. What happens after those 5 years? Are you going to make a patch so you can play it offline? Are you going to just let it die? So when people complain about emulators and playing Mame and playing DOSBox or really obscure games that you can't get cartridges, discs or whatever for, there's more facets of emulation than just downloading Nintendo ROMs off a website.
Aye.
You know, it's a grey area for a fucking good reason, because there's a lot of things that make emulation alluring. You know, like I said, with Mame. Without Mame, without Mame, these games wouldn't exist.
You're getting exposed to games that you never ever saw. So anyway, yeah, trolls. Best tip is just ignore them, chaps. That's the best thing to do. Don't feed them. Are you self-critical of your content?
Oh, very much so.
Would you say? Are you?
Yeah, I've sort of chilled out a little bit, but because I'm working on a Resident Evil review coming up, finally finishing 6. That'll be all the core games gone. I thought I'd go back and watch a few of them in a playlist this morning, and oh man, some of them are hard to watch, but it's just me, you know. It's like, if anyone else is watching it probably wouldn't bother, but yeah.
I think it's very. I mean, it's like you watch. I was going to say Parkinson. Fuck, is he dead? I think he is. Yeah, you watch, or Wogan. Oh fuck, he's dead as well. Jonathan Ross, he's not dead. You watch one of these chat show hosts talking to actors, and it always used to surprise me. They'd say, "So, you know, Johnny Depp. So, do you watch your films?" No, never seen any of my films. There are actually people out there that don't watch what they make, and. Yeah, and I think it's. I mean, saying that, I used to, not because I'm big-headed, but I used to watch every video that I made. I would watch it.
Yeah, I would.
Now I've not got time to watch the stuff I make. You know what I mean? I watch a waffle for 5 minutes just to make sure.
Yeah,
that it looks alright. But
the way I do it now is that I'll upload the video. I'll render it, watch it that time, so there's no errors. And then upload it, and once it's uploaded, I'll watch it again, and that's probably it. You know, there'll be only a time I will be going back to that video is to do comments. Yeah, there's sometimes, well, like I said, I've had to get over myself, because yeah, this isn't a job. I'm doing this as a hobby, so there's going to be times where I miss the mark on reviewing a game, for instance. So sometimes I'll cringe, like, oh man, I could have done that better, but I'm too fucking lazy to redo that video again, and it loses all the interaction that the current video has. So,
yeah, that's right.
The only time I've really done that is I've only done that probably once, where I wasn't doing a vlog and I ran my mouth a little bit too much, and I thought, yeah, maybe I've been too brutal there, so I trimmed it back. Most people didn't give a shit; they kind of like it when I go brutal. But it's like, I don't really want to watch this in 2 years' time and thinking, man, you're a massive twat for saying that.
Yeah. I mean, one thing, I generally don't edit videos. I mean, I generally just put it straight out. And the waffle from a couple of weeks ago, I mean, my daughter used to kind of record. She'll play like Overwatch, and she's got her friend on Skype from America and all that. And if you walk in the room, oh, Dad, I'm recording. Okay. So she kind of knows what it's like, and I'm the same. I'll say to her, right, Ava, I'm going to make a video. Don't come in, because if I know somebody's even next door and they can hear me, I kind of go all shy. it's the bizarrest thing ever.
Yeah, you get like this self-awareness to it. Like,
yeah,
what am I doing?
I mean, can sit and talk to you, not a problem, but and I can talk to a camera. I can even do a bloody live stream and talk nonsense, but I think it's when it's somebody who doesn't really get what you're on about. But in the waffle, I was about halfway through and I was talking, and then I just heard the duk duk duk, and my daughter came in, and I'm like, Ava, when she goes, oh, you got the iPad, Dad? I goes, Ava, I'm recording a video, and I'm like, there. And then I closed the door and I put my head in my hands for about 10 seconds, and I'm like, fuck. And I had to kind of compose myself, and I'm looking at the camera, right? So anyway, guys, yeah. And of course somebody posted, oh, I thought that was hilarious when your daughter walked in. I went, did I not edit that out? And I watched it back, and I thought, I look like an absolute fucking twat. What an arrogant twat. And I just thought I look like a dick, and I sort of said that, and he goes, no, that's all part of it, sort of thing. I thought, no, I don't like that. I don't. I'm not, you know, I'm not a horrible person, but I just thought, and I watched it, and it's quite cringe-worthy, looking at me with my head, my hands over my face.
As well. I had one a few years ago where my mum come in, and because I'm living at home again because I'm a fucking loser at 33, and and she started talking to me mid-video. I thought, oh shit, I need to edit it out. Well, it didn't happen. It ended up being posted on the YouTube, and I was like, oh my god, you're an adult, you're still living with mummy, and all that. I was like, fuck.
But you know, one thing, excuse me, I'm just enjoying my delicious chocolate eclair. One thing that I knew you could do, but I didn't think it worked. You can actually, excuse me, you can actually delete a section of video.
Yeah.
And YouTube, and it'll still keep everything together. Because I did that with that waffle comment. And
yeah, I think I pulled that video down because I think that was before that option now. But yeah, it was really embarrassing. It took
about I don't know. It took way longer than it would to like render it and upload it to edit this wee bit out, but ultimately it worked. So it's quite good if you do get a video that you obviously there's a bit that you really don't want in it. I'm always hypercritical when I'm doing my Friday waffle. I mean, in my games room, my wife hangs her dressing gowns in the door, and you've got these fucking dressing gowns. I always take them off and put them on the floor. You know, somebody's always going to go, is that what I thought it was in the background in that kitchen? No.
No, this is a professional set. What are you talking about?
But yeah, I'm pretty much the same. I mean, there are times where, you know, there's times where I really can't be arsed, or, I mean, it's bizarre. Sometimes I'll record a video, and I'm like, I think I'm quite witty and quite quick, and other times I'm just like stumbling and I'm stuttering and I'm like, and there are times where I'll actually just, you know, maybe especially the Friday waffle, I'll be watching it, I'll be recording it, and I'll just stop and I'll go.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck this. I just can't even. It's just no. And I think to myself, I've got to do this. I've got to do it. And you know, and it's the same. I'll do like maybe like an arcade perfect my arse. I'll be playing like the same game on 10 different systems, and I'll watch it back and I'll think that is so just. It's really dull. It's like I'm not even. I mean, I get criticised for not being good at games. I mean, I think I'm not bad a gamer, but what people forget is you're playing a game for the very first time. Don't know the controls. Folks, you should make a point of knowing the controls. I'm like, well, no. If you want that, fucking go elsewhere, mate. You're not going to get that in this channel. I've not got time for that.
On a side tangent, I've had that as well recently, where someone said, "Oh, most of you YouTubers are crap at games." It's like, do I ever compete with anyone with these games? No. So who cares? I never got that mentality.
You know, but I'll watch one of my videos back, and I'll just think that's really average. And I put it out and folk got a fucking brilliant arcade waffle, mate. That was fucking superb. And I'm like, really?
That was some like with some of the waffles I've done. I've talked about stuff that I haven't even told my parents or told anyone to my family, and I've come out with stuff that I was like, oh shit, am I going way too overboard on this one? Yeah. And most people were like, oh, that's great, you know, thank you for talking about it. That was entertaining, that was funny, that was whatever. And I'm like, oh man, I felt like a giant prick for saying that. But I think people respect the fact that you're open and honest, and you know, that's all you could ever be. You know what I mean? But obviously, I think we've all got our. I would probably say if you're kind of sum up in one word, you'd probably say you're quite not grouchy. I'm grouchy. You're quite angry at times. Now, one of the videos that I've watched and I enjoyed it, and I didn't even know who this person was until I watched your video, was the Logan Paul thing. I'd never even heard of him until I watched your video, and then I went on. What was it about that really kind of got you going? To be honest, it was a bit of a bandwagon thing, but I morbid curiosity, and that's probably why I end up reviewing weird games too, is that once I have something in my head and I want to find out more, I will do it regardless if I feel comfortable about it. So with the Logan Paul thing, when he filmed a dead body, he deleted it off YouTube the time I caught wind of what was going on. So I had to find it off a third-party website, and I managed to find a the video, and I watched it and I was just fucking disgusted, because there's channels who are making, there's some, I watch one channel where it's about war atrocities, and it's pretty fucking depressing stuff, and he goes as brutally honest as possible, but there's a context there. He's talking about, like, there's one video he did about the concentration camps, and I don't want to talk about this on a podcast really, but it's quite a depressing subject. But
I'm the same. I've even been watching videos about, like, executions and all that sort of stuff. Like, it's a morbid curiosity. So sorry, I'm totally with you on that.
Stuff on that, I watch it. If it's got a context, I will watch it, and I will, take my assumptions. This was a full-blown, unabashed fucking stunt. This poor bastard swinging off a tree is being exploited by some giggling, and I hate to say this word because it's on someone else's cast, a cunt. He was a giggling cunt. And he had no respect for this person whatsoever, and it was plainly obvious. So when the people who are not battery acid drinkers that he normally fucking adheres to finally caught wind of this, of course he got called out by a lot of people. And I try and stay away from that sort of stuff, because that's easy, that's low-hanging fruit when it comes to talking about something like that. But it pissed me off after watching the video. I was so fucking angry and disgusted, I had to give my own 2 cents, because, like I said, he did this for egregious reasons. It wasn't like, oh my god, it was an accident, I was live streaming and it happened. No, it was a pre-recorded video. He recorded it, he edited, and then he put it up on YouTube. He knew what was going on. So him trying to deny that, oh, I didn't realise it was going to be this kind of reaction, is complete fucking bullshit. So someone like that, alright, there's no such thing as bad press. Of course, he got worldwide exposure over that. But I had to say something about it, because if I didn't, I would be not being truthful to people.
I've never seen the video. I mean, I went out to kind of look for it. One of my mates used to watch all these, is it Ogrish and all that? It's really shit.
I had a friend of mine like that, watching all the Faces of Death things.
I watched one of the original ISIS beheading videos.
Oh no!
And it stuck with me for fucking weeks.
Yeah.
And I wasn't scared of it or anything like that, but it was just so fucking horrific and out there. It was so brutal. Seeing what was happening, this guy getting his head fucking slowly.
This isn't this is a film. This is fucking real life. This guy is getting his fucking head cut off for reals. And
did I regret watching it? Well, I don't know. It kind of stuck with me. And it was the same way, like, you get all these pop-ups. It was a animal welfare pop-up, and it was like, harvesting farming of raccoons, and I watched it, and I saw this raccoon getting skinned alive, and the guy basically ripped the skin off it. He threw this skinless corpse into a pile, and this thing's, even its eyes is fucking moving about, looking at the camera with no skin. I'm like, fuck. And it's making people aware of it. But I wouldn't really recommend people watch any of these things, because they live with you. They get inside you, and it's quite upsetting. You're like, fuck, it makes you angry. It makes you angry, and
I've talked about this in the past when I reviewed Manhunt. And it's a suspension of disbelief. Something like that is fantasy.
Yeah.
But someone watching them getting their head cut off for reals, there's no suspension of disbelief. That's an actual person being harmed. So if you can't distinguish those two massive pillars, then you obviously have something wrong with you. Even though I do play violent video games, there is a moral compass there. I know when to cut the line. I'm not going to be starting. It's like the GTA effect. They always said about this. You play GTA, you're going to become a criminal. No, GTA is a prime example of escapism, because you can do pretty much what you want, and it doesn't. There's no fallbacks in real life about that. But if
Mm-hmm.
you do that stuff in real life, you're going to end up in a lot of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I had a comment on there actually on my video about him.
I'll put, sorry to interrupt, Scott, I'll put a link to Scott's original video down below, guys, so you can go and see what we're talking about.
Yeah, and that video, I had a comment from someone who watches my stuff regularly. Is, you know, why do you have to do that? Why are you so angry? And I was like, I'm always angry. There's a big difference between being a negative piece of shit that no one likes and someone who uses that adrenaline
In a positive kind of way, almost.
Yes. Mm-hmm. You know, the way I see it is, if you ever watch The Avengers, and it's the bit where the Hulk finally turns into the Hulk, and he goes, you know, he said, oh, you have to get angry. He said, yeah, I'm always angry. And then, boom, you know, that's my sort of mentality. Is like, yes, I always have that, but I don't use it as a negative. I use that as I roll out of bed in the morning sort of energy, you know.
Yeah, it's a positive anger, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm just laughing at myself as I was mentioning about putting the video down below. I was actually pointing to the floor, and I'm like, what the fuck did I just do that? This old Peter Kay, Blackpool, North Pole, whatever. But
why did mums buy the worst pop?
So, kind of moving on, sort of related to this Logan Paul thing, do you as a YouTuber feel some sort of responsibility to viewers?
Yes. Even though I do make a lot of adult-orientated jokes, I still, like I said earlier, the moral compass. There is a line I would not cross. You know, there's some things that can be used as comedy, but that's like the Bernard Manning level of comedy that I don't want to use.
Take my wife, I wish somebody would.
Yeah, you know, and I have a personal line that I would never ever cross. So, yeah, I do feel responsible for the content I put out, and it still freaks me out to this day. Like I said, with the kid with the autograph, it's like, and he said to me, his whole family watch my videos. They sit in a front room with a TV and watch my videos. I'm like, I look over to his family, and it's him. He's about 13. His sister's about 15, 16, and like two elderly parents. I'm like, oh, fuck me. Why do that? I was like, cause, yeah, I make the odd knob gag, but I couldn't imagine a family sitting down to watch some wholesome entertainment as my foul-mouthed, chuckle-headed shit on the TV screen. It was like, I just felt really dirty.
There's one of my regular viewers, a guy called Ian Hunter. He'll not mind. He'll be watching this anyway at some point. His Ian, I think. Now, apologies, Ian, if I've got this wrong. I think Ian's about late 60s, and his grandson, who's 14, watches the channel as well. So it's like a family affair.
I've had that as well. It's like the dad watches me, and then he gets the son or the daughter to watch. I've had that a couple of times, which is fine.
It's pretty well. It shows you the sort of global appeal. You know what I mean? So. You just need to kind of watch your P's and Q's. I do try and not swear. Although I think we've both failed miserably tonight. But
I should have asked you, really. It should have been more like, oh, can I swear or not? But I can't help it.
In my videos, you know, I do that.
Apparently, it's not big and it's not clever, but I am fat and I am, you know, decently intelligent, so I can swear. So fuck off.
Dear. See, when you make content, do you make content that you think people are going to want to watch, or do you make content that you want to make and you want to watch?
Yeah, I would normally go with the content that I would want to watch. You know?
Yeah, I'm the same.
I've tried experimenting doing the, you know, I'll see if I can be like A Slope's Game Room, and yeah, it was fun to do, but that's not me. It's like I rather be. Well, I said this to Chris. It's like, how do you create videos? And I said, well, I try to be as punk rock as possible. I want it as raw and real and just honest as possible, because that's my comfort. I could be a character, I could be this, I could be that, but no, it wouldn't feel right. And yeah, I make the odd like top 10 X games on an X console, and yeah, they're normally more clickbaity. But even then, I'm doing that for a reason. I'm not doing it just like, oh, that might get 1,000 views. No, I'm still doing that for my own. It's still my opinion. It's still my my opinion.
It's your thing. Yeah, I'm exactly the same. I mean, I know what videos that I make get views, and I know what videos I make don't get the views, but the videos that I make that generally don't get as many views are the ones that I enjoy the most, and that's why I will continue to make them. I don't make them to get views. I make them because I enjoy the process of putting them together, doing the research, and like you, I'll watch videos. I mean, one of my I mean, you probably like yourself, you're always thinking of ideas. Oh, I could try and do this, I could try and do that. And I came up with an idea of the Commodore 64, the history of the Commodore 64 tape loader. I thought, I don't think there's ever been something like that. So I started recording it, and it's one of my most popular videos. And it's like the loading music and all that. And fucking Martin Galway, who's quite a prolific chip tuner on the Commodore 64, even he commented on it. So I'll make videos that I want to watch. And I think the day they start going down the road, I mean, on the very odd occasion, somebody will say to me, "Oh, can you play, I don't know, Saints Row or something on the PC?" I'll think, I don't really want to play it, but okay, I'll make a video, and I'm like, I didn't enjoy that at all. That's not me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've done it on occasion. Sometimes I've had people say, "Oh, play this," and it's been amazing. Other times, like, "Oh, can you play Minecraft?" It's like, no. I'm not playing fucking Minecraft. If you want to watch Minecraft, throw a dart and you can hit about 100 channels that are playing Minecraft. It's like, so watch one of them, don't worry about me, because my Minecraft, like, level of attention for that game is that I'll log in, I'll make a massive cock out of any sort of material I can farm, and then I'll log out. That's it. So if you want to see that, cool, but I don't think anyone else wants to.
You've seen what was it called again? Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. What's it called? Wayne's World, where the guy goes into the guitar shop and he starts to play Stairway to Heaven. Yeah. And the guy goes, "No Stairway to Heaven, you'll need to have no Minecraft."
Yeah, that's definitely for me. But there's been a couple. Well, I've recently opened up an email account for people to give me suggestions, and I've had a fair few. But there's been a few like, I'm not playing fucking Barbie's Horse Adventure. What do you want me to? All right, yeah, they want me to fucking riff on it, but it's like, who cares? I might do it as like and I've done them in the past where I'll do like 4 or 5 reviews in one video, and it's just a little stupid game. I would probably just abuse it for 30 seconds and then move on, but that's it.
But yeah, oops, you alright?
Yeah.
Just a bang there.
Yeah, cramp in my leg.
What was that?
A little bit of cramp in my ankle then. That's alright.
I think what we're getting at here is you really need to make content that you're interested in. That's what that would be top tip number 5. You've got to be interested in what you're talking about. If you're not, people are quickly going to latch onto it and think, "Fucking this guy doesn't even know what he's talking about."
Yeah.
So you were talking about you occasionally come out with incorrect information. I'm the world's worst for. I'll be talking about the history of something, and I'll say, "Oh, the Spectrum didn't have hardware scrolling," and thought, "Oh, you should do your research, mate. It did so," and and I'm like, "It's just me. It's only little me. I'm just a normal bloke who happens to record videos. I don't claim to know everything. It's my opinion."
Like, do I look like Kim Justice? No, then fuck off. I look horrible in a dress.
But yeah, it's amazing. People, I'll see, like the guy that got real upset because I happened to diss a particular Amiga game, and I'm like, look, it's just my opinion. Yeah. My opinion. That's it. I just happen to have a YouTube channel, but it's just fucking my opinion. I mean, I had one guy recently. I happened to go on about. In fact, it's one of the questions I'm going to talk about. Is I happened to say how I actually think that the SNES Mini is fucking brilliant. I've got a SNES Mini. I think it's excellent. And this guy, and I says, and people who have never probably even fucking played the thing, completely diss it and say, oh, it's not the real thing.
It's trendy to shit on it. Yeah.
I says, look, they can fuck off. And this guy, who had been on my channel for maybe about a couple of months, and he was quite a prolific poster, and gotten really well talking about things, comments, and he says, if you're, I didn't call him a wanker, I just says, I can't be arsed with purists who completely piss on, oh, it's not the real thing. No. I says, fucking, just leave us alone. And this guy goes, if that's the road you want to take your YouTube channel, Alan, then I'm out. And he fucking unsubscribed and away, and you're like,
yeah. It's like all that stress over fucking nothing.
I know. Seriously. So next one was your most viewed video. You've already told us that. That was what was that again? Your most viewed video. That was
it would be the Streets of Rage 4.
That's the one. Yeah. Is that the sort of? Was that the kind of? I must be the only person that hasn't actually watched it. Is that the kind of 3D Tekken-y type?
No. That game actually did come out. It was on the Saturn. I can't remember what it's called now. But it's one of the most rare, expensive games on the Saturn.
Oh,
anyway,
is it? This
is when I made that video. I was quite a active forumite on SOR Online, which was Streets of Rage Online, which was basically a hub for hacks and people making their own versions of Streets of Rage or putting Streets of Rage characters in Mugen or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so I used to frequent that website quite a bit. So I would just download a couple of these demos and just try them out. But I downloaded this one in particular and I thought, oh wow, that's really cool. And I didn't even look on YouTube. I just thought, oh, that'd be fun for a video. I'll show this game off.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And then it fucking exploded. And even after I've put in the title and in the description below that I didn't make this game, I still have at least 10 people a day saying, why haven't you finished this? I didn't fucking make it. I made a half-ass video in like a space of 30 minutes. And no, I have nothing to do with it. And even when I've put it down there, like, look, I'm not involved in this project.
Yeah.
Or they say, oh no, the link's dead. Can you relink it? I can't. SOR Online's gone, and I can't find that ROM. I'm never going to find that game ever again.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Don't bother asking.
I think it's quite funny how people seem to think you're some kind of guru when it comes to information. Oh, how did I get this? And what about that? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I only made a video about it.
Well, even when I do like more in-depth reviews, when I used to do them, yeah, I would do a lot of research, but I'm not an expert. I'm just giving you a primer of what this was all about. You know, when I did my trilogy review of Streets of Rage, that was about 30% facts, which I found mostly off Wikipedia, which, you know, that's a fucking minefield to begin with, and 70% of it was just my own opinion.
I'll get asked quite a lot as, oh, have you got a link for that? And I'll just put Google, www.google.com. Fuck, you know what I mean? They think you're there to supply information, but
yeah,
it's quite funny. One of the things that talking about like doing things the way you want it to be, I'm always aware that, I mean, I'm fucking stupid. I mean, I have all these different features, and I come up with, you know, a sort of unique name. I mean, I've got a thing called the 8-bit face-off kerfuffle, whereas, and people will say, if you didn't give them stupid names like that and called it Commando Spectrum versus Amstrad versus BBC, you'll get a lot more views. I goes, but that's not, I don't want to call it that. I want to call it the face-off kerfuffle. Yeah, and you know, people are, you know, unless you actually know my channel, I know I'm probably isolating people with doing that, but it's all about doing things the way you want it to be. You know, I mean, if you're an artist, you want to paint a picture that you want to see. You don't want to paint a picture that's going to a picture of Pokemon because it's going to get more views. You want to do something that you want it to be. It's got to be your own thing, you know. Yeah,
if I'm going to watch your channel, I want it to be as Scottish as fuck. So, you know, kerfuffle, yeah, go ahead, make it kerfuffle all you want. Yeah, I've had that as well, and I did experiment with some videos where I would keep it as generic as possible, but then you're lost in that shuffle again, you know, where you've
Yeah.
Thousands of other people have done it, so what can you do to make your video stand out from the crowd?
I think, I mean, I do have, there's some videos I've made. One of the ones that's the most popular is there's an Android handheld called the GPDXD. I put out a video of that, and it's just like the GPXD versus the NVIDIA Shield. And I don't know what it's got, maybe got like 6,000 views, which is a lot for me. Now, if I had called that, kerfuffle, whatever, chances are I would have had 200. So you're fighting with, if I just give it a proper name, I'll get a lot more views. But,
some stuff can get away with a generic title like that. But stuff that, the fun stuff that probably doesn't get as much views as you want it to, that's the stuff you want to do. That's the shit where you get off at, rather than doing the bland stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the day I start calling things by generic names is the day I'll probably say, right, I've had enough, move on,
Well, yeah, some people do that, but I couldn't do that myself. It just bores me.
It's about being different. It's about trying to not so much stick out from the crowd, you know what I mean? It's just trying to be fresh, keep it interesting for people and for yourself, because if you're getting fed up making videos, then people are going to quickly latch onto that and they'll think, this guy's fucking Pish, but
yeah, I did. That's why I changed my name from Scott's Game Reviews to Scott's Game Asylum, because the original Scott's Game Reviews was fun for a little while. It was my way of stripping back all the bullshit and getting back to basics. But then I realised, actually, this title is kind of bland. I want something with my own little spin on it. And then I realised that my abbreviation SGR is the same abbreviation as Slope's Game Room. So, all right, Dan didn't give a shit, but he did give me a few swipes, not just playful swipes, SGR, you're trying to copy me, and I completely didn't think about that, because I was watching Slope's Game Room at the time, and then when he brought it to my attention, I thought, oh yeah, we both know SGR. I was like, oh, that's embarrassing. But personally, when I dropped the review part and just went to Asylum, my channel that no one saw the light of day, the FMV Asylum, I just thought that was a cool name. That was fun. And another thing that sort of pushed me to rename my channel to what it is now was I was watching a lot of Ross's Game Dungeon. Ross, I forgot his surname now, who... have you ever seen the Machinima series Freeman's Mind, where he plays Half-Life and he plays the character of Gordon Freeman?
No, I haven't actually. No, is that a channel, is it?
Yeah. It's a Curse Farms. It's pretty funny. But his side project was Ross's Game Dungeon, where he would review weird and quirky games. But his style wasn't a review like an IGN review, where they talk about the fucking graphics and sound and who gives a shit. I was like, oh, this is really refreshing. Yes, he's reviewing a game, but he's not following the same archetype and tropes that other blander game reviewers do, and I fell into that trap for a while. So I think, I can have my own style, and I can talk about stuff that maybe would be tangentially related to the game at that time, but would make sense in the whole video. So I was like, maybe I can do my own thing now. And that's why, even though some people don't really get the style, it's like, I had one person send me a message saying, why don't you talk about the graphics? It's like, do you have eyes? And I said to him, I have a question for you. Do you have eyes? He goes, yes. I was like, can you see through those eyes? Yes. Then what's the point of me talking about the fucking graphics? You can see it. If it looks like crap to you, then it looks like crap to you. Whatever. So that's been fun, trying to do away with all that crap, because the one thing that infuriates me is when I watch a video, a game review especially, and there's this new sexy term going about recently, and this term is moment-to-moment gameplay. What the fuck does that mean?
I heard of that one.
That means absolutely fuck all. It's like, why can't you just say gameplay? Because moment-to-moment is the same fucking thing. You're just adding that little bit of pretentious spin on it. As soon as I hear that term, I'm done. Not watching your video. Fuck off.
The videos I really hate are the ones that've got the robot voices that do the talking. What the fuck is all that about? Fucking hell.
There is, was it Azuna-kun? Where it's that anime girl, and it's basically a Let's Player who, it's an AI.
Is that right? Really?
It's quite funny. That is quite funny, but yeah, I know what you're talking about when they use like Microsoft Bob to fucking relay what they've written out as a script.
Man.
Or the, as I like to call it, the Angry Centaur Gamer / Review Tech USA style review, where it's some guy talking in a deadpan voice for 15 minutes. I'm like, I am so fucking bored right now.
Yep.
I just want to like shove a pin down my foreskin just to feel anything, because I'm so fucking dead inside right now.
That's sometimes the actual topic itself is quite interesting, but you just cannot stomach any more the fucking drone, the American style of drone. Fuck off.
Yeah, it's so damn dry.
So what are your have you got any long-term goals or hopes for your channel, Scott?
Just get better, get bigger, I guess, and just have more fun. This is the interaction is what is addictive to me.
Yep.
So the more interaction and all that sort of stuff, and yeah, that's what I want to do. Just hopefully it will naturally grow, but I'm happy where it is.
How do you find? I mean, your subs. I mean, you're about 1,200, 1,300, something like that. I mean,
yeah, just hit 1,300.
I mean, I was at about a year and a half ago. I was at 500, and it took fucking forever to get to that. And then it just, as you say, it just starts to kind of snowball, and yeah, it's bizarre. I mean, I probably pick up maybe a couple of subs every day, and then you maybe go for a phase, don't get any sort of thing, But it's quite incredible just how it does grow, you know what I mean? But
yeah. What really pushed me over the edge is that when I joined Retro and Limb, because I was only about 150 subscribers when I joined, and I was one of the first channels to join the website, and I think it was that sudden burst of people seeing your content for the first time. That's what helped me in the early days. Now I don't know where I get most of my stuff. Yeah, doing these collabs recently, play Blackpool, having interviews and all that stuff, that helps. But now it seems, because for a long time, I think when I was around about 500 subscribers, I stayed there for like 2 years. I didn't gain a single fucking subscriber. It felt like I was going nowhere, and it was frustrating, yeah. But then all of a sudden, it started again, and now it seems that people seem to be watching my content, and I seem to get like a 1 or 2 subscribers every other day now, and it's naturally building rather than having a massive block of people, then no one, and another massive block of people. It seems to be more organic now. I
mean, I think that's what we're doing just now. I mean, obviously I'll be putting your channel in, hopefully you'll stick my channel. I mean, the thing is, the people that watch your channel, I mean, 1,300, whatever it is, I don't know how many people watch your channel, watch my channel. They probably don't even know that my channel exists, and vice versa. So doing stuff like this is good. Not so much, get us more subs. It gets you out there. It makes people, think, oh, fuck, this guy's actually really good. You know what I mean? So with any luck, stuff like this helps everybody. And I do, and I'm quite outspoken about it. I do personally think that, we're quite a small community. I don't think we really help each other as much as we possibly could. And I don't mean, we should help each other to grow, but just give us a bit of interaction, But, it doesn't cost anything.
Oh, I'd be honest, I was really bad at that, and I want to put more channels over now, because it's great to have that. I don't know that you ever were part of this, but the YouTuber of the Month thing.
Do you know, can I say something? I have never ever been nominated ever for that.
Me neither.
Like, fucking hell.
And maybe it's a case of sour grapes or me being jealous, I don't know, but
absolutely.
I got to the point now, and I'm not pulling like Chris, I'm not throwing Chris on the bus or whoever's taking it over now, but that whole concept, yes, it was great for those 5 channels that constantly got nominated, but it was very, very masturbatory to me. It was very inbred, in a way. and that felt false to me. And I'd rather have someone say, "Oh, watch this guy's channel because he's fucking good, and you would love his content." That's the way it should be, rather than having this grandiose competition that ultimately feels very fake.
Well, yeah, partly false scrapes to me. I've never had a mention ever on it. You know what I mean? But I think the longer it went on, the further it got away. It was American channels, and they're all nominating other American channels, and I'm like, what the fuck am I watching this for? You know?
No, and that to me didn't bother me, but it was just the whole. It was just very wanky, very like, you know, if I jack you off, you jack me off, sort of, and I didn't like it.
I totally get you. I know. Is that still going? Or is it? I know. Well, Pete
apparently
was.
So, yeah.
Is it? I know Pete was. He was doing it up till, was it December? I think it was.
Yeah.
It's been taken over. But
like I said, I'm not taking it away from Chris or Pete. They did what they wanted to do, you know, and I'm not got any issues with them personally. It's just that I found the whole thing very saccharine.
Yeah, I think, I mean, it's hard to do this hobby without being a wee bit jealous at times of things, you know. You think,
yeah, perhaps.
I bust my balls, I put a lot of effort in a channel, and I don't even get a mention. Then obviously you see other channels who appear overnight and poof, like in 8,000 subscribers, you know, within about a year. You're like, fucking hell, you know. But it's...
Yeah, I've gotten over that sort of mentality. I used to be really like that, but now it doesn't really bother me. There's some channels that I scratch my head to think how the hell you got that popular, but it's the roll of the dice. You know, they obviously got lucky, and there you go. Yeah, I'm not going to lose sleep over that shit anymore. And yeah.
I mean, I think part of probably counts against me as my age. I mean, I'm an old fart, you know what I mean? And you're not going to get young people watching my channel. So I know who my target audience are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't try and kid myself anything different. You know, but no, as you say, I mean, it's nice to see. You know, I go in every morning. Oh, I can check my subs. Oh, it went up by 2. You know, and then fucking it went down by 5, you bastard, you know.
And that's where I want it. That's where I want to be now. I want to now. I'm at a level. The people who help me on the way, I want to help them, because there is loads of channels that are barely got any subs, and it would be great to see them, flourish.
Again, well, talking about Silly Swifto, you know, how he's only got 20 videos or 20. It might be more, actually. I'm maybe talking out of turn, but yeah, there's plenty really good channels out there. You know, but it's a difficult thing to to judge. There's a lot of luck as well.
If there's a tip I would give you, is like get involved with various forums, or get involved with, like, I got involved with Retro and Lim, and in a weird way it was like a subscriber pyramid scheme, because we all got more exposure, because it was just organic. You know, everyone was a lot of people in one little pot, so people started watching other people's channels. But I, for a while, was uploading videos on retroware, even though they don't like swearing. So, boo-hoo, even though most of the demographic is in their fucking mid-30s, 40s anyway. You know, why? Doesn't make any fucking sense, whatever. Even I've now occasionally upload my stuff to the Courage Club, which is basically the retroware, the ashes of retroware. Is still going, but no one gives a shit. They sort of spun off and did their own thing, and you know, I upload stuff there, and I got, you know, people seeing my stuff, and I managed to see other people's stuff. So, you know, if you got to do a little, if you're a small channel especially, and you want to have more eyes on
yourself out there,
you want more eyes on your content, you're gonna have to do a little bit of legwork.
No, that's it. I think there's a lot of luck as well. I do think other channels could certainly help. I mean, I do. You know, if I find a new channel that I really enjoy, I'll always make a point of mentioning it, because it's good to help others, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, good. And just, we're almost at the end there, guys, because I know this has kind of been going on quite a long time. It's getting a bit late as well. Obviously, a lot of people look upon sort of YouTube as being this very kind of superficial and it's kind of too far removed from real life and real people to be considered a means of making new friendships. But here we are. You're sitting talking. I'd like to think you're one of my mates.
Yeah.
We've got this real life thing. This is something that's come about just through YouTube. So I mean, it is possible to make friends through this.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you agree? Yeah.
And considering for years I was more like, I'm a bit of a loner. No, I don't really want to interact with anyone. You're gonna meet people if you like it or fucking not, really. And the combination of all this is meeting people at conventions, and that is just fun because the people you watch on YouTube, you're now 5 feet from them. You can reach out and touch them. You probably get arrested for some molestation charges, but they are tangible people. Same with me. So you got to get over that sort of YouTube celebrity bullshit and realize that, actually, this is a great way to connect with people who are like-minded. Yeah, you get the odd asshole, but they're one in a dozen. Yeah, and that's, like I said, the interaction, and that's what probably turned I wouldn't want to say this is a bit cheesy, but it is life-changing. I would never think, if I went back 15 years ago, I was very shy to begin with. I was a bit of an outcast because I was fat and all that crap. I don't give a shit now. But my cholesterol level, that's a different story. And, I would never, ever think I would be doing what I am doing now. And even people who I've known for years really can't seem to get their head around what I do as a hobby. I've had it where I was talking to someone online. They mentioned a friend of mine who was watching a bigger channel, and they mentioned my channel, and I was like, how did you pay them off? They don't see that. No, we're all talking to each other. There is a camaraderie there. It's very if you want it to be, it can be very intimate. Yeah,
I mean, I've got a few friends, and who are not interested in gaming. And I don't know whether there's a bit of jealousy, but sometimes when I deliberately, I never go out and talk about my channel. I don't really mention it to anybody. And sometimes, my friends will maybe make a comment, sort of almost like insinuating, who do you think you are? I mean, one of my mates who is into video games, and when we go to play Blackpool, he'll say, oh mate, I mean, he got a fucking t-shirt made up, Mamemeister, he's a bit of a celebrity, and Mother Mae's like, look, he's not a celebrity, and I just kept quiet, and I says, look, could we just say one thing here, guys? I says, I don't have any illusions of what I do. I says, but I've been to events in Glasgow, whatever, and complete strangers will come up and says, I watch your stuff, and
that is weird.
And I says, what you need to understand is, I says, what we are doing, this is watching somebody on a computer is no different. If you watch somebody, if you subscribe to a channel and you watch this person day in, day out, it is no different from watching like a TV program. I say, so yeah, I am a celebrity to some people, just like that you were to that little girl. It's fact. Get over it, you know what I mean? And it's unfortunate there are people who I don't know, they just, they probably just look down their nose at what you do, or think,
they just don't get it.
Who the fuck does he think he is? Some fucking big smart arse, I mean, they just don't get it. But no, I'm exactly the same. I've made a lot of friends. Well, I wouldn't say I've made lots of friends. I've made probably about, maybe 10 people, whatever, who I'm quite close to, yourself being one of them. I mean, guys that I didn't know you for Adam the very first time I met you, but just through interaction and then getting to meet you in real life. And
the first time probably was a deer in headlights, because I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
that
now
would
it doesn't matter. Fuck it doesn't matter to me at all. It's all good now.
But being able to talk to people on a level playing field about fucking Manic Minor and Spectrums and that is brilliant. People, they're not going to look at you and go, fucking, what age are you, man? Fucking grow up, start acting your age.
It's like, how many people can I sit down and talk about video porn games? Not many, but there's some people on YouTube that will. Yeah.
I was laughing at, what was I talking about? I put out a video the other day there of... I mean, they're now on the Spectrum. They're now able to. Somebody's written somebody's written a program to enable the ZX Spectrum to run arcade Space Invaders, and I put the video out of me playing it, and I mean it's absolutely mind blowing, the game. And these guys were all, the viewers were all arguing with each other about, oh, is this emulation or is this, and they're talking about stuff that's going way over my head. And I goes, I fucking love being a geek. Where else could you talk about this shit? Listen to folk arguing about, is it emulation? Is it? It's just brilliant,
Yeah, that was. Well, I think it was. I don't know if it was last play, but the play before that, when there's 4 guys sat there drinking beer, and they're talking about why Resident Evil 2 is one of the best games they've ever played. It's like, this is fucking glorious. It's like, I could never have this conversation anywhere else. Yeah, these are fully grown-ass men, and we're still talking about shit that, most people will think, oh, you should have dropped that. That shit's for babies.
That's the wonderful thing about even being a YouTube viewer. Anything at all. If I want to read a review of Resident Evil in the Saturn, whatever, boom, there you go.
Yeah.
In Rima videos to watch, you know what I mean? So, but listen, on that bombshell, Scott, I think we're going to call it a day. I don't know. I think we're probably about 2.5 hours in. Hopefully, this. Have you been recording? I
have, yeah.
If not, we'll need to do it all over again tomorrow.
God, no.
But anyway, listen, Scott, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. I've had a lot of fun, mate. Yeah, keep up the great work with the channel. I am going to put a link to Scott's channel down below. If you like it, subscribe. If not, tell him to fuck off and move on to someone else.
Yeah.
But anyway, Scott, as always, mate, take care and thanks again.
Thank you.
Cheers, buddy.